Welcome to the Friday Night Free for All, where we talk about anything you want. First, we're going to talk about the Vikings and Jets and that upcoming game, and opinions about certain things that happened during the Sunday last week, especially with a certain quarterback supposedly who has always been dominant on Thursday night. But we'll go ahead and get into it.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back.
Yeah, so if you guys want to continue the conversation that we're having backstage, supposedly there's a quarterback that plays in Atlanta who is clutch, who win primetime games, could lead a team to a Super Bowl. It's, I guess he's the greatest quarterback ever after last night.
I have come to realize, you know what? You know why we were in all these one-score games? The common denominator is him.
The common denominator is also whenever you get Kirk Cousins, your defense goes to crap if you had one.
Because notice how this season we didn't have him, and we were in 2 one-score games, but the 2 other games that we were in were like total blowouts. We've never been able to blow out a team by more than 10 points. And the 2 teams we blew out, we blew them out by more than 3 touchdowns.
Well, I think he beat Seattle 31-17, and then he had that end of season game. That was a blowout. That's pretty much it. The whole time Cousins was here for blowouts.
Yeah, but that was not more than 3 touchdowns, was it? No.
And for some reason, he just could not get a big lead with KLC's. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was KLC or if it was Kirk. I'm starting to think it was Kirk.
Me too, because like I said, all of Atlanta's games have all been one score again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to believe it was Kirk. Kirk is limited. We know that.
JJ's not going anywhere.
There's a bunch of articles out there that say the Vikings are trading McCarthy. It's not happening.
Carolyn, that is the reason why I have that picture as my avatar, because all week all I've heard is that we're gonna trade JJ, and that's the face I made all week when I heard that. That's why that picture is my avatar right now.
One of those so-called articles have us trading JJ to the Titans for Jeffrey Simmons in a draft pick.
Get the fuck out of here, please.
Yeah, I it's basically what it is. And I go through this with my basketball team as well. Is that whenever a team like the Vikings or whenever a team like my Hawks get a great player, all these fans and all these beat writers from all these big markets don't think a player of that caliber is playing for a team that's not in a big market. So they always put out these rumors about, LeBron James, in my case, wants Trae Young and all this type of stuff, or the Vikings don't deserve to have Justin Jefferson, so they need to trade him, or JJ McCarthy. Now Sam Darnold's having a good game. good games to the first 4 games. They're going to need to re-sign him and trade JJ. First of all, y'all dumbass motherfuckers, JJ is not going anywhere. He's the future of the franchise. KOC and Quasey have pretty much said if you trade JJ, you might as well trade Quasey and KOC too because they don't want to be here. You know,
That's their pick. McCarthy is their pick.
So JJ McCarthy is not going anywhere. You know, so yeah, all these people talking about that trade can just blow it out their ass. Now, Sam Darnold trade his ass, re-sign him, and trade him. Maybe somebody will pick him up. Yeah, but not JJ.
Only problem with re-signing Darnold is here's the thing: if you re-sign Darnold for big money, which he's going to want, if you're going to move him, whatever team is going to take him, they're going to want the Vikings to be on the hook for some of that contract, no matter how big it is. So, and for once, the Vikings next year won't have anybody on the payroll that they're paying out big money to. Bad enough for still paying Kirk money this year and Daniil. So after what they've gone through with Kirk, I don't think this team's going to pay top dollar for a quarterback for a few years unless it's their own.
Oh, I'm talking all these Falcon fans. All these Falcon fans.
Go ahead, Curtis.
All these Falcon fans are like, "Oh yeah, look at how the Vikings gave up Kirk Cousins. Look at Kirk Cousins." I said, "Yeah, y'all can have him for how much you're paying him. I'll take a quarterback who's doing pretty much the same thing."
Yeah, Falcon fans are about to get burned
from $10 million. I'll take the quarterback who's pretty much playing just as well, if not better, than a guy who's taking up 13% of your salary cap. Yeah, no, thank you.
And he's getting paid from 2 teams this year.
Yeah,
like screw you. I'm done with Kirk Cousins. Unfortunately, he's on my girls' team, so I had to deal with that BS. But
God! Yesterday, I checked my fantasy. I was like, "Oh my fucking god! Pitts and London have points."
Yeah, London actually had to leave the game at the end. That's why Cordero Hodge got the TD.
Are you talking about if Darnold wins the Super Bowl? JJ McCarthy is still the starting quarterback for the Vikings next year.
Yeah, he is. It's this basically the plays that Darnold are running right now are JJ's plays. JJ can run the same plays. They drafted him for the future. They drafted him to be the face of this franchise. He's a young quarterback. I mean, Darnold's young, but Darnold's been in the league for a minute. And who's to say you sign Darnold and all of a sudden he tanks? It happens.
Yeah.
You know, there's always that thing. JJ's a great unknown, but at least JJ is yours. Darnold
and JJ is still young, so you can mold him and get those bad. Like he doesn't have bad habits yet, not like Sam Darnold.
Well, another thing is Patrick Mahomes sat for a year.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing that JJ got hurt. So he's sitting for a year. He's learning, and then everything that Sam Darnold can do, why can't JJ also do that?
JJ can do it also. That's why I said this playbook is open for JJ. This is JJ's playbook.
Right.
He's got a way stronger arm than people realize.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold has talent. That's why he was a 3rd pick overall.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's like bad habits. He tended to get bad habits in New York and then Carolina. But guys, people forget he was 4-2 his last 6 starts for Carolina.
And they traded him.
Right. So it wasn't like he was awful. The Jets don't know anything about developing quarterbacks. I mean, look at it. They look at the quarterbacks that they've had. They haven't developed.
I mean, look at them. They're making Aaron Rodgers look bad.
Yeah, they're making Aaron Rodgers look bad. So,
the Jets are just a dumpster fire, especially for
you wouldn't know it though. More people are picking the Jets to win than the Vikings on Sunday.
You know why? Because it's the New York media. It's the national media.
I'm so just go right ahead.
They're gonna. Yeah, when I saw they all picked, even Orlovsky picked the Jets this weekend.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, the only person that picked the Vikings was a former general manager of the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Who fired KOC? live on Hard Knocks.
I never saw what KOC got fired.
No,
As a
not
player?
fired, but let go. Who?
As a player,
No, as a coach or a player.
Yeah, no, as a player.
oh, he wasn't very good as a player.
I know.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Like, remember when?
yeah,
Patriots.
it was Belichick.
No, it was Tannenbaum.
Oh, he went to the Jets.
Yeah, KOC was on the Jets.
That's
It
why
was
they said.
Tannenbaum to let
That's
him
why
go.
they said. That's why they say it's a revenge game for both the quarterback and the
Yeah,
coach for the
and
Jets.
Tannenbaum. It
Oh.
was all, captured all on Hard Knocks, where Tannenbaum like didn't even like give him a chance to sit down. He was just like, "You're no good." You
Is
know?
Tannenbaum even still with the Jets?
No, he
No.
works for ESPN.
Okay.
No, and remember that's why when KOC gave that speech about Sam, how he got like a bit emotional when he was like, when people tell you that you're not good enough or whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah, I knew KOC was in New England. I didn't know the Jets took him.
Yeah, after New England, he went to the Jets, and then Tannenbaum cut him on live TV.
So who did the Jets have a quarterback at that time? Was that Pennington?
Don't remember.
Wow.
What was the question? Sorry, I was reading the comments.
Who was a quarterback at that time when KOC got cut? Was it Pennington?
If Tannenbaum was a GM, it was probably Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sanchez. Mark Sanchez.
And then McGowan, I think McGowan was the backup.
Oh, McCown was there. Yeah. God, they went through more quarterbacks than the Vikings.
So,
Jeez. I know they had Fitzpatrick at one time. Who didn't?
That's probably why Tannenbaum picked the Vikings
What up,
to
Gil?
win.
There you go.
well, here's the thing, though. The Vikings are undefeated in London. You know, so that so far all the trends have stayed this year. It's just I understand people are picking the Jets because for some reason they think Aaron Rodgers is the Aaron Rodgers from 5 years ago.
They
Who
think he has
do
the Vikings
All I
number.
gotta say is, who do you trust? O'Connell and Flores, or Sala and Hackett?
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Hackett's-
that's funny though because on the other part of the ESPN show, the other show they have, everybody picked the Jets. I mean, sorry,
That's
everybody picked the Vikings. No, everybody picked the Vikings, and who was it? One of the guys goes Nathaniel Hackett, and the other guy goes, "That's all you need to tell me, Vikings."
Oh, that sounds like Rex Ryan.
That's like chess versus goldfish.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, Rex Ryan does not like Nathaniel Hackett at all.
Well, I would like to say that whoever in the Vikings organization wanted Nathan Hackett over KOC, when it comes to making personnel decisions, please just don't say nothing.
I told you it was done by committee.
You know,
It's that whole
I
committee
think the
thing.
reason why they because then Hackett got hired by Denver first, and so they couldn't get to Hackett.
They wanted Hackett. That's who
I'm
they
glad
wanted.
Broncos jumped the gun on that because we wouldn't have KOC right now. We'd probably be looking for another We'd probably be looking for another head coach.
And KLC, they had at that time when Hackett went to Denver, they still had 3 people on their list: Raheem Morris, D'Amico Ryans, and KLC.
Which all 3 of those are way better than Hackett.
Yeah. And D'Amico Ryans and Raheem Morris dropped out right away. They knew they weren't going to get it. The Vikings were all in on KLC.
Which now, I mean, you and I, we've never disliked KOC. We just question his play calling sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's gone now too.
Well, his play calling from the last 3 games better be back in this game, and not that play calling we had at the second half.
Well, who was it that said that it was they kind of took the foot off the pedal and kind of started playing conservative.
Yeah.
Well, they got that big lead, so that allowed the Packers. But you got to keep in mind, though, it was only just the fourth quarter. The third quarter, the Packers didn't do anything either, and then the Vikings had that bullcrap interception called on them, so it should have been 35-7.
Yeah, they shouldn't have had that interception,
Well,
right?
and then they were trying. Like, I know he means well, but
What up,
he
Too
was
Evil?
trying to get Aaron Jones into the end zone.
Yeah, he wanted Aaron to score. For some reason, though, our short yardage blocking is just garbage. We cannot do
Well,
it.
and then remember, we couldn't
What up, Davey?
challenge that spot, even though it was a first down. We couldn't challenge it because then we had to waste our challenges on bullshit shit like catches.
Well, it's
Well, yeah,
amazing.
because they weren't going to give. I mean, that one that they had to challenge for JJ to keep the drive alive. How do you not call that a completion? That
Well, that's-
referee crew was bad.
That's the first time. I can't. There was somebody else who said it too. They're not even a Viking fan. They're just like, I have never seen a team have to use so many challenges in one game to get the call that was on the field correct. It should have not. The call should have been correct to begin with. Like the catch that they called with the ball clearly hit the bound. They called it a completion for the Packers. Well, the Vikings had to challenge it.
Because
The
we had to
JJ
use
catch,
two.
the JJ catch on the sideline, that was another one. You know,
We had to
and
use two challenges, right?
right, well, no, it was
Yeah,
yeah,
we won them all too.
right, and we won them all. That's why we had the third challenge for the interception, but they still got that one wrong. When that one should have been overturned. Everybody said it. The announcers in the game said it should have been overturned. The Mike Pereira should have said it been turned. Even the guy for the other, the guy who does for the other station too, he said it. Everybody says it should have been overturned.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a poorly officiated game. Those refs were old compared to the other staff suite they've had. That was probably the oldest one in the league.
Okay, they need to hire more of those dudes that were running that 97-yard touchdown with JJ.
Well, he used to be a player. He was a college running back.
Yeah, but I mean, they need to hire more of them dudes because this shit ain't cutting it.
Yeah, if you look at it though, it's the only sport that has really old. Because basketball, yeah, they have some old guys, but they're not that old.
Those guys were older. Those guys were older than me, and I'm
right.
58.
In
57.
hockey, there's no guys that old who are the referees. You know, baseball is the only sport where you could really not where you don't have to be overly athletic to be an umpire or a referee. You could be do that forever. But football, these guys are so fast. You know that at least the back judges and the side judges, at least those guys have to be fast. You know, like the referee, maybe not so much because they actually move around less than all the other guys. But the side judges, the back judges, the line judges, they all have to be fast because they're the ones who call the touchdowns. So,
yeah, I see Two Eagles comment that the defense was gassed in the second half. They have been on the field longer than they were gassed. I did notice that.
Well, KOC, how many 3-and-outs did he have too? You know, that was another thing. But I'm not going to kill him for going in on the fourth down. Maybe the play call you can kill, but I'm not going to kill. What I will say is when he punted, when it was another fourth down when he punted, he should have went for that one as well.
Well, the thing, when you're down there at the goal line and you got sure points, take the points. And stop running your smallest players into the line. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what Naylor had a really bad game last Sunday. He did not have a very good game. So.
Well, he only had one catch, but that may have been more because Addison was back.
Yeah, and he also fumbled the punt, which he should have just put the signal up and let it go. And then he literally slipped down there at the goal line, which is why we had to give the ball up. But I mean, it just when you're down there like that and it's that late in the game, take the 3 points. You would have got them. You would have got the 3. And that'd give you some space.
Well,
I'm laughing.
glad that happened though, because they needed to have some adversity to learn how to hold on to a lead. So
we learned enough of that in 22 years ago.
it was our worst game played, but I hope they learned some lessons from it.
I think they'll be fine. This is a divisional game too. Can't take the. I mean, my whole thing was in the first half, the Packers were so frustrated. You got LaFleur bitching with the official. You know, he's getting unsportsmanlike conduct for bitching with the official. I mean, what does that tell you? You know.
Well, that's clearly not a touchdown because he definitely caught it, but then he didn't fully catch it. He bobbled it. By the time he got possession, it was out of the end zone.
Who's
So
that?
it definitely wasn't a touchdown.
And you know they needed to give him his streak.
Oh, you talking about the defensive back?
Yeah.
Who is he? I don't even know who the hell he is.
He
That's his fourth interception.
fourth game in a row with an
game.
interception.
Well, whoop-de-doo, he'll be cut next year.
No, they brought him in from the Giants. He was a free agent that they acquired, paid a lot of money to.
Then they'll overpay for him. Is he play opposite? Xavier McKinney. It's McKinney. Okay. Does he play opposite Jair?
No, he's a safety.
He's a safety.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm doing the live play-by-play again. I don't know who's going to be with me, but
That's so early. I might not be up in time.
I'll be up. I got to
You
call
gotta-
Trisha though. It's like 6:30 for her to watch the game.
is she actually going to get up to watch it?
Yeah, she's gonna get up and watch it.
No one should be up that early to watch a football game.
We shouldn't be playing in London. Period. We were just over there.
And
2
that's the
years
deal
ago.
where Steen broke his leg.
Does he get hurt? Was that Tottenham Field? Tottenham Stadium?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be somebody else going over there because we just went over there. So, you know, I don't.
I mean, when you consider the Packers have only ever played one international game ever, and we're going 2 out of 3 years to London. I mean, yeah, that Brazil game was the first time the Packers have played internationally.
No,
No, they
didn't
played-
they play?
they played
no,
London.
They played against the Giants like 2
We
years
play against
ago.
the Giants in London.
Mm,
Favre's
And
last
they
year.
lost.
no, I don't think
Yep.
so.
Look it up.
Yep.
They played the Giants. Favre's
In
last year in London. Favre's last year in Green Bay, I mean.
No, they played the Giants in 2022 also in London.
Yeah,
They
that was
did
2022 was
preseason.
last year. We got a big fan base over in London, though, the Vikings do. So,
Yeah, the Vikings are like 6th in total sales.
Probably because they keep sending us there.
yeah, no shit. And the Jags have played there the most because the Khan family is from London. The Khans actually want to move that team over to London. They want
I
to move the
bet they
Jags.
also want to move Trevor Lawrence's contract.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
See, 97 was in Toronto.
Is that a preseason game?
That was. Remember when Buffalo played a couple regular season games in Toronto?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because Buffalo was thinking about moving at one time, too.
Yeah. So I'm not seeing a lot of international games for Green Bay.
2022 against the Giants.
Yeah, because they lost because Saquon Barkley had a great game. I remember Saquon Barkley.
Okay, so 20. Okay, so I had my games messed up. So the Brazil game, The Brazil game was only their second ever international game, but they've only ever played once. So the Packers have only ever played 3 international games. It's by far and away the fewest of any team. They played in Brazil, which is still on the American continent. They played in Toronto, and they played in London. So they are by far and away the team that's played the less international games.
They won't go over. Why aren't they playing overseas?
They complained about the airport.
Who complained?
The Packers. Oh, our airport's too small for international travel. No, motherfuckers, you just don't want to fucking go over there. You think you shit don't stink.
Then you know what you do? You fucking take a bus to Milwaukee where the airport's bigger and board there.
Yeah.
Or
Jeez.
you fly to Chicago and board there. You're rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So
There's just an excuse.
right, they don't want to play.
And that's what happens when you don't have a real owner.
Right. In Brazil, I mean, Brazil is, like I said, it's still on the American continent. Of course, Toronto, they could just drive there, take a bus there.
Yeah, Toronto.
Hey, I have a question that's like totally not football related at all.
Okay.
Are hyenas dogs?
Hyenas?
I mean,
Yeah.
are they in the canine family?
No,
I
like,
think
are
so.
they dogs?
I
They
think
look
so.
like dogs, but they're not really because they're not cute.
So are jackals.
Well, not all dogs are cute.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
that was like something totally out of the blue that just popped in my head. Because I was looking at my dog and I was like, you booger, you
Does your dog look like a
hyena
hyena?
right now.
That's an ugly dog. Yeah, you know, Green Bay needs to play more international games. Send Chicago.
Hyenas are not dogs. They're more closely related to cats.
Hyenas are?
Yep.
Oh,
They look nothing like cats, though.
well, that just explained the Lion King.
Weird.
That just explained the Lion King without explaining it.
Well, prairie dogs aren't dogs either.
What are prairie dogs considered?
I think they're considered rodents.
Yeah, they are rodents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Shaq.
get
I don't know why the Chiefs don't go more. Especially when they're the Super Bowl champions, they should be the ambassadors.
Let's see.
So who
Before
are we
they got
fighting
really
that
good,
Mahomes
though,
is gonna take out this week?
Before they got really good, though, they did play international games. Since Mahomes,
We
didn't, they didn't play
played the Chiefs in Japan one year for preseason. The Vikings did.
yes, and they've been in Germany before too for preseason.
Yeah, we played the Chiefs. I think we played the Bills for sure in Germany.
So, prairie dogs are not rodents either; they're squirrels.
Okay.
They're more.
You
they're a
guys,
squirrel
who's
family.
Mahomes taking out this year? I mean, this week.
Oh, since he already took out Rashid Rice,
Yeah.
and then Rashid's mom got busted for stealing somebody's package.
Taylor Swift. Did you see the poll, by the way, for Taylor Swift?
I usually avoid
The
whatever's-
NFL players do not like her.
Is
NFL
that part of
players,
the NFLPA survey?
yeah, there's some kind of survey, that they did with the players. Like, they're like, she doesn't play football. So basically, they shouldn't be because she's not a football player. That she gets
Well, you
too
know
much
what's funny?
attention.
She had to take up the mantle for Mahomes' brother since he's not there now. So
Yeah.
somebody had to be the other vocal point besides Brittany Mahomes.
So, like, the level of disrespect we get, like, I'm just like, so all these Bears fans are still talking shit about how we're going to finish last.
Why are
I'm like, y'all can't even score. Y'all don't even have an offense. So pipe down until you can actually score. You're going to be in last place. And
They're
so
gonna have
that-
another. They're
I
gonna have
just
another
don't-
coach next year.
I don't understand how before the season even started, how so-called experts said that the Vikings were only going to have 3 or 4 wins. They pretty much almost have the same roster as they had last year. The defensive players are quote unquote even better.
it's
But
because
yeah,
of Sam Darnold.
It's
But-
because.
but no. But last year, with worse quarterbacks than Sam Darnold, the Vikings still won 7 games.
Yeah, but they hate Sam Darnold so much.
Put it this way:
Yeah.
these are the same people. This is the same media that said the Vikings will never win with Kirk, and it's the same media on the other side of their mouth that said the Vikings can't win without Kirk.
Oh, and no, but don't you know though, Kirk is clutch. He's a primetime game winner. He's a Super Bowl contender. He's the perfect quarterback that the Falcons needed.
I can't wait to play those fuckers, man. Damn.
I still say he's not going to be quarterbacking when he plays us. He's not going to be the starting quarterback when he plays us.
I'm gonna say that that's gonna be the first game that's not gonna be a 1-score game.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Kirk plays against us. I don't. I think something he's gonna come up with a mysterious injury.
Because Flo knows him. Flo knows how to fluster him.
Oh, and by the way, I'll tell you what. Kirk was taking some shots last night too. After he got rid of the ball just by standing there, they were hitting him every play. So I mean, I love you, Trish, but enjoy it now because
it only counts in the regular season anyway.
yeah.
But I don't know where the narratives came from anyway that Kirk Cousins can't win primetime. He's won plenty of primetime games as a Vikings quarterback. I always just thought that narrative was weird.
He didn't start
But-
winning them.
but-
He didn't start
but
winning
now that he
prime
doesn't
time
play-
till he got
But now that he doesn't play for the Vikings, like one guy said, Kirk Cousins was doing this when he played for Minnesota. So I don't know why people, were saying that he can't win primetime. He did the same thing with Minnesota. But it's just amazing how the narrative changed now that he's not a Viking.
Well, it's because earlier he played really bad in prime time, and so it carried with him to us.
See, my problem is it's the same thing with Sam Darnold. I can't remember there's a term for it, and I can't remember what it's called.
Everyone's just waiting for him to turn
Um,
back into a pumpkin.
I think it's like confirmation bias. I think it's what it's called. Or there's something I can't remember what it's called. That when you believe something, even though it's probably a fallacy, you believe it. Someone shows you proof otherwise, and you dig in your heels even more about that what you believe. I can't.
Yeah.
There's a term for it, but I can't remember what it's called.
it's called MAGA.
I think Sam Darnold has that right now to where people believe so much that he was so bad when he played for the Jets he was so bad when he played for Carolina that they think that eventually he's going to go back to that quarterback. Well, you have proof out there, not just 1 or 2 quarterbacks. You have proof out there that quarterbacks can change it if they get in the right network. I mean, look at Kurt Warner. Look at Brock. Look at Matt Stafford now that he's with the Rams. Look at Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Rich Gannon. Look how good those guys played when they found the right system. So it's like, why are you? Is it just that you just want to be right so bad that you're not going to change your narrative? And then as soon as Sam Darnold plays one bad game, I told you. He's going to turn into a pumpkin. There it is. The fall of Sam Darnold is beginning. There it is. But, if in the next game he can go back to playing the way he is right now, and they'll be like, see, he did have that one game. It's like, admit you're wrong, okay? Admit that you were wrong.
Well,
It's not that
because
hard.
this is like Nick Wrong and all their attitudes. I have seen what he's done for the last 6 years, and it's kind of like, well, have you seen how shitty of a team he's had in the last 6 years?
Well, I actually went on another YouTube channel, and they were talking about Sam Darnold, and one of them was talking up the Lions. So what I put in the chat was, you're talking about how bad like Sam Darnold's history is, right? Well, you've seen Sam Darnold's history. He's going to turn into pumpkin. I said, but yet the Lions have a worse history of being
Yep.
crappy teams over and over and over again. But you think for some reason that this Detroit team is going to be different and they're not going to have the same issues that all the other Detroit teams have, right? So if you think that about Detroit, Detroit's not going to go back to being the Detroit Lions. Why can't you think the same thing about Darnold with the right coaching, the right atmosphere? Why can't you think the same way about that? Well, I've seen the 6 years. I go, well, I've seen 30 plus years of the Lions. And so you're just being a hypocrite. You just want to be right about everything. I'm sorry, but you're a human. You can't be right about everything. You know?
Oh yeah, I got into an argument with this dude who was doing power rankings, and I kept calling him a clown because I'm like, you are rating us based on your bias of Sam Darnold, which is fine, but then don't fucking sit there and give me the excuse that, well, Sam has shown me in the past 6 years that he can't get it done, and then in the same breath, you're sitting here telling me that the Lions are Super Bowl contenders. Because what the fuck has the Lions showed you in the last 30 years that makes you think they can be Super Bowl contenders?
First things first, if you're doing a power ranking for any sort of pro team, you're an idiot. Power rankings are the most useless fucking tool I've ever seen. They're useless for pro sports.
Well, I did start a hashtag Nick Wright's an idiot.
Well, he is an idiot.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, Kevin Wildes is so funny though, because Nick Wright put us a tier below
he has the Vikings as the Vikings as the 8th best team right now.
So Nick Wright has the Packers, the Texans, and the 49ers a tier above us.
Yep.
You know, and so Kevin Wildes is like, that tier needs to be renamed teams that can't be the Vikings.
and then he also
so they basically put the 3 teams we beat and physically beat up ahead of us.
So it was the Chiefs. It was Chiefs.
Chiefs is always going to be one.
He had the Chiefs 1. I think he had the Lions 2. Then he had the Bills. Well, and, 3.
The thing that really pissed me off is
Baltimore 4, and then he had those 3 teams Sarah talked about, and then the Vikings.
Baltimore
off is that they're all like, oh, look at the Lions scored 41 points. Yeah, they scored 41 points against a team that had no fucking D line. Can we play a team?
They won't mention that. They will not talk about that at all. Oh, look how good the Lions were. This is a team we talked about. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, Jared Goff's the second coming of Joe Montana.
They fucking played a team where all 4 as Sarah said, all 4 of the defensive linemen were hurt.
Yeah.
So what do you?
Can we play
of course they're going to play good
and see how many points we score.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand you can only play what's in front of you, but can we like put context into it too? Because like this notion that they just put up 41 points against that stout defense is bullshit.
It would not shock me on Sunday if the Vikings run up the score on the Jets. It wouldn't shock me at all. I think KLC's got something to prove, and I know Flores has something to prove. And if they beat that, if they beat the brakes off the Jets like they did the Texans, I mean, that should prove the point that this team is for real.
No, it don't matter what we do. They're always gonna pick against us.
Well, I can guarantee you, when the Vikings beat the Jets on Sunday, let's say they beat them, they blow them out 35-10. It's going to be more about the issues that the Jets have than what the Vikings did.
It's going to be about how Saleh and Hackett are idiots.
Right, and then they're going to go through the bye week, and then these other teams are going to play, and they're going to quote unquote look good. They're going to move all these teams above the Vikings in the power rankings or in their whatever. and then because the Vikings are going to have a bye week, and then I guarantee you when the Vikings play the Lions,
Everybody's picking the Lions.
Everybody's picking the Lions.
Everybody's picking the Lions.
Yep, I can see it already.
Yep, everybody's picking the Lions. The Vikings will get no love that game.
Yeah,
that's fine. That is fine with me because
Which, you know what? That could be the game where KOC and Flores pour it on. And it's a divisional game too.
and it's here at home.
And it's here at home. So,
but the Lions, I'm just seeing the line right now. I was going to say the Lions are going to be favored by like 5-6.
That's more than fine.
that's too
Because
much on
you
the
know
road.
what? That's gonna piss off those
I
boys.
guarantee you.
That's too much on the road.
I guarantee you, Tony. That's what it's going to be.
That is
And they're going to
fine.
be a lot of pissed off people in Vegas.
Because
too.
Sam Darnold, it's got it. Even if Cousins was the quarterback of this team, I think it'd be the same level of disrespect.
That is fine. Let them give the Lions a 7-point edge. That is fine with me.
These they're choking on Lions' dick, for God's sakes.
Because you know what? They did the same thing. They Houston was like what, a 5-6 point we were a 5-6 point underdog. with
It started
Houston,
off as 6.5 points. The Texans were
and we
favored.
beat the shit out of them. Why? Because it pissed our defense off.
All right. Well, there's the link if anybody wants to join. I just don't. I don't understand. I mean, I know power rankings are just opinions, but to me, it just gives a. It gives
a person who doesn't know football an argumentative point to say, look at the power rankings.
To me, it's like I know power rankings are, they're not real, but it gives you an idea of what the person who does the power rankings thinks of your team.
Yeah, that Pro Football Focus bias.
And with Pro Football Focus gave Sam Darnold a 45, lowest rating of all quarterbacks in the NFL last week.
I call it Pro Football farce. It's not. It's
so. And I thought
there is no focus.
Well,
there
and
is
they
no
have our offensive line ranked as 15th.
Yeah, but they always have Garrett Bradbury ranked as our best offensive lineman. Still.
And there was when I talked to Tyler about it, Tyler said when PFS first started that they used to have those computer ratings, but then they would have guys actually analyze the game and watch the game in their eye test, and then they would adjust the score. From what I understand, the people who used to do watching the game have all left. One of the guys actually works for the Carolina Panthers now. They all left. Now it's just computer rankings, and what they put in as, so there was a high risk pass that almost got picked off. So that is a mark against, Sam Darnold. So you're telling me that Sam Darnold only threw one pick, had 3 touchdowns, but he had 2 other questionable balls, right? Jordan Love threw fucking 3 picks. It probably should have had another one, but yet his score is 30 points higher. That's why people don't respect Pro Football Focus.
Well, that's why I don't listen to it.
What up, Shaq?
Hi, Shaq.
How you guys doing?
What's up, Shaq?
Will Reichert, how are you?
What's going on tonight, Shaq?
Doing okay. Just enjoying this undefeated season so far. The national media wasn't really liking us heading into the season, but we showing them the Vikings ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah, everybody.
Yes.
I mean, they had us going 3-14, so we are already overachieving.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the national media. They've never showed the Vikings any love. Period. Never.
No.
Ever.
What's funny is they will dick ride the Packers, the Bears, and the Lions, but they'll shit on us.
Well, look at what they're doing with the Lions now. And I'm sorry, Lion fans can all do us a big favor and shut the fuck up until they're actually a consistent winner. Because this winning every 30 years shit does not give you a right to be bad mouthing other teams. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Oh, for real. Like this Lions fan was talking shit to me the other day. Like the Vikings have sucked for the last 3 years. Like we swept you guys, so you guys suck. I'm like, oh my god, don't fucking start this conversation with me about you how you own us because we fucking own you, okay? So shut the fuck up about how you own us. You don't own us. We own you 80-42. You would need to sweep us every damn season for like 14, 15 years for you to even just be at 500 with us. And then they go back to, well, we're not talking about the past. I'm like, oh, so you want to talk about how you've only been relevant the last 3 years, and that's the past you just want to talk about.
They don't want to go too far back.
No. They never existed until 3 years ago, apparently.
Oh, fuck that. I'll remind them. Shit.
Yep.
I'll remind them when they won all their fucking preseason games and lost all their regular season games. Somebody need to remind them about that shit.
Oh, somebody posted like the NFC North worst seasons, and the Packers, the Vikings, and the Bears, all their worst seasons were in the 60s.
Yeah,
You know,
the
like
Lions
the
are the only
worst-
ones in current history.
Yeah, and then the Lions are the only team in current history from our division that lost like that many games.
They were one of the worst teams in football at one time. They were that bad. And my whole thing was, and plus the Lions made their own. I mean, the Lions were their own worst enemy. They should never have fired Jim Caldwell for Matt Patricia.
Yep.
They should never have done that.
Oh no, but you know they don't want to talk about that pass because that pass don't.
Well, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. You fired a great head coach for a coach that was on Belichick's staff and he sucked. The Lion fans don't need to talk to me. I'll tell them about their history. They ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. You know, district teams hire coaches from Super Bowl winners, praying that it works out for them.
Yeah, and with Patricia was like the flavor of the month too. So they were, the Lions were just like, well, let's go get him. That'll guarantee us the Super Bowl. Wrong.
Oh yeah, so I remember how this conversation started because this Lions fan posted a comment saying, the Vikings are going to come back to earth because the Vikings always choke. And I was like, excuse you, Lions fan, you of all fan bases need to shut the fuck up about choking, okay? You have choked for the last 30 years. You have no whatsoever credit to talk about another team choking. And so he was like, well, he said something about like how, well, look at us. We've like choked in the Super Bowls and shit. So why shouldn't he say that? I'm like, your team sucks so bad you haven't even made it to the Super Bowl to choke.
No, they get to the championship and choke. Okay, Lions fans talking about choking. They choked big time in the NFC Championship game last year. He needs to shut up with that shit. He needs to shut up with that.
My question is, why are Lions fans acting like 49ers fans?
That's what I said.
Because they finally got to sit at the grown table with the adults and they still acting like a kid.
Just because the national media hyping up Dan Campbell and they just buying all the sauce.
That's another one too, with the national media hyping him up. He's a big idiot.
He's a meathead.
He's an idiot.
His team will cost him, and just like we said last year, now it took it to the NFC Championship game, but he'll end up costing his team because he's dumb.
Well, and he doesn't call plays, so wait till Ben Johnson leaves.
No, but he is the one who tells them to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, but like I said, wait till Ben Johnson leaves. Then we'll see what kind of a coach he is.
He's not a good coach anyway. He is not a good coach. Put it this way, if Goff gets hurt, it's done for them.
But he's got big balls.
Yeah, he's going to get kicked in one of these days.
What up, JJ?
You know, I don't know. Lions fans, just shut the hell up.
I heard we were trash talking the Lions. Can I join in real quick?
Go for it.
Lions fans, they never even had time to choke. They never even had time to even get even an ounce of food. They had a drought and they starved for the past 30 years. And I would know this because I even got to saw them suck when I was 6 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old. Yeah, I was a Vikings fan at that time too.
When you were
The
still in
point
the
is-
womb, you saw them choking.
They can't
JJ,
even.
you know what the funny part is, JJ? At those same ages, at 6 years old and 8 years old and such, the Lions sucked when I was a kid.
Here's the thing.
They-
My parents, my mom and my dad are both from Michigan. Neither one of them are Lions fans. And they were alive when the Lions won something. But they're still not Lions fans.
oh my God.
So that should tell you about how bad the Lions are and have been.
Well,
You
yeah,
know.
that's right. I'm like, your fan base of any fan bases have no whatsoever, should not be talking about fucking choking whatsoever. I mean,
That-
how do you lose 16 games in one season?
Yeah, but you win your. But hey, you were perfect in preseason.
So my question though is, we understand that the Lions are good, okay? But if you look at Lions history, there's been teams who have been good like the Lions are, right?
Okay, I got.
But 91, 93, they were good. Okay, they had 2 good years.
They were
that team-
competitive.
That team was talented, right? So the history has shown the Lions are good for 2 to 3 years, and then they go back to being the Lions. So last year the Lions were good. They made it to the NFC Championship game. Well, you know what? They made it to the NFC Championship game in 1991. That was the last time they made the NFC Championship game. 93, they were good again, but they got beat in the playoffs. So is 2024 going to be like 93 where they get beat the first or second round of the playoffs and then they disappear again? That's what Lions history has shown. Is if we're going to talk about Sam Darnold history, let's talk about Lions history.
All right, let's put this out there. I've watched the Lions this year. They don't impress me.
I mean, yeah, you scored 42 points last week, but you scored against a defense that didn't have any of its starting defensive linemen.
They don't impress me at all. They're undisciplined. I know that much.
Well, that's because Campbell's their head coach.
Right. But nothing. There's the only problem. The only person that could give this team maybe problems is Jameson Williams, because Murphy will be on the slot guarding him, so that scares me. Other than that, I don't. I'm not. They don't scare
Their
me.
defense is not. Their defense is not good enough
No,
to
everyone.
stop the Vikings
about how
offense.
their defense has improved so much.
I mean, I don't see it with the Lions. I'm just being honest. It's a football thing. I don't see it.
At least the purple goes down fighting. The Lions have never gone down fighting before, and also this Vikings team in history, in my opinion, they've never been a bad team. The Lions have clearly had such a long history of being a bad team. This Vikings team is just like it's just always in between, I'd say.
Well, they've been okay. Going back to that point, JJ, they've been a team since 1961, right?
Right.
4 seasons is all they've ever had of 3 wins. And if you add 4 wins, it's 6. Everything else has been 5 wins or more through their history.
Right.
Hell,
And
Lions have gone 8 out of 9 years winning 3 in 4 games.
The
when
Lions
you go-
almost became the first team to go 0-16-1.
you know. So I mean, so when you look at that point, yeah, so the Vikings have never been a bad team.
We're the only team with the winning record that doesn't have a Super Bowl.
All 4 major sports,
Yeah,
the
it's
Vikings
true.
are the most winningest team without quote unquote they have a championship, but without a Super Bowl. They're in all 4 major sports, they're the winningest team without one.
Yeah, we got conference championships. We don't have league championships.
Well, they got the 69 NFL championship. Even the NFL tells you they had that championship. But
yeah, that's an NFL championship.
right. But it's not a Super Bowl, so people don't
No.
look at it much. But
And the fucking Packers still got our trophy, damn it.
But the Lions were good back in the 50s. Like, was it 52, 53, 54, or something like that?
Yeah, when
But-
Bobby Lane was a quarterback.
Yeah, and that's it. They have not done anything since then. They're like the Cardinals, but at least the Cardinals have been to a Super Bowl. You know?
Kurt.
Yeah. So
You know.
I mean, the Cardinals were what? One catch away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Heinz
Yeah.
Ward.
they were.
well that Super Bowl the
And
linebacker what's his name James Hardy, that return before the halftime, that's what turned that game around. I think the Cardinals win if that doesn't happen.
Oh, Harrison? James Harrison.
James Harrison, yeah.
James Harrison.
Now, how the hell did that big dude get 100 yards
Playing
and
against the offense.
they couldn't tackle him?
He had a head
Well,
start. I think it was
the
open late, and he just took off. Straight.
Offensive players can't tackle too.
Yeah, there's some defensive players that can't tackle either, but damn.
Yeah. So it's I don't know.
Do you guys think Russ is gonna get his job back?
Who?
Russell.
Russ.
If it is,
I think Russell's done.
I think he go to Miami.
Yeah, he might. I mean,
I don't think. I mean, it would be dumb of the Steelers to trade Russ away because he's basically on the cheapest contract you're going to get for a
Yeah.
backup, and they need insurance in case Fields goes down. It would be stupid of them to trade Russ away.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do because the Fields turned into Fields their last game. But is
you know what though? Fields is a
broken-
real coach now.
Is Broken Fields better than a old aging Wilson? That's the
Yeah.
question the Steelers have to answer.
Yeah, but Fields looks like he's playing within his means now. Like where he's like Arthur Smith is actually like using him to his
Well, the
full
Steelers can also run the ball. Although their offensive line ain't the best either, but at least they got a defense. But Mike Tomlin's a better coach. He's got a real coach. And trust me, coaching says a lot nowadays.
Yeah, just look at the Bears.
Yeah, Davey. The Lions ain't did nothing since '57. Yep. I mean, Lion fans keep running their mouths. I don't know why, but
Well, yeah, I said they had like one successful season, and they acting like they are.
Where are the Lions fans? We used to get Lions fans in here all the time. Where are the Lions fans?
I don't know where. I haven't seen Nugs in months.
where are the Bears fans?
Do the Bears have fans?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do because they were talking smack about how we're still gonna finish in last.
Yeah, they have fans.
And I said, we have an offense. You can't even score.
Yeah,
Oh, is Zoe in here? I didn't know Zoe was in here. We're talking about Lions
He
fans.
was.
talking about Lions.
JJ left.
We started ragging on the Lions. He left. I don't know. It's
No, I just don't like their fan base. They're so fucking insufferable.
Well, they had some success and now and here's a
they
problem.
can't handle success. That's
The problem is now they're believing their own hype. That's the problem. They're believing their own hype. And that'll come back and kick them squarely in the nuts.
Well, it's like the 49ers fans that were sitting by me when I went to the 49er game. They were not cocky. They were not being, they were not they weren't cocky, they weren't arrogant, they weren't, any of that.
Right.
Until a Viking fan who was drunk started mouthing off. Which, why you go to a 49ers fan when you compare their history to ours? I mean, I would, but that's when they started talking back. But these Lions fans are acting like they're Chiefs fans, and that's what I don't. It's like no one's really hated the Lions in our division because they've been bad for so long. I still kind of don't hate the Lions, but the fans are making it to where I'm not going to like them.
I don't hate them, but the fan base is enough to make me want to be like, just shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I don't hate them, no.
But
I put it this way. I've seen the Lions. I watched their game even with the Seahawks. Against
and
a
those
good
hideous
team.
uniforms, by the way.
Huh?
Those hideous uniforms.
Yeah, just go back to the blue. Honolulu blue. Can't go wrong there. But I mean the Rams, the Lions just don't scare me. They just don't.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
scare me.
And the Vikings fan that started it with the 49ers fans was looking at other Vikings fans to back him up. We're like, dude, what are you doing, dude? They got 6 of them Lombardi bitches sitting in the trophy case, man, and they've been in the Super Bowl two of the last 3 years. What the hell are we going to say as Vikings fans to 49ers fans about our team? Yeah, they can't win in Minnesota. Okay, we got that on.
Was that dude that started the talking for the Vikings in the VWO?
No,
Mm.
but he was drunk.
No, but I mean the 49ers fans on YouTube were arrogant as hell because they were all like,
Well, that's a little bit different.
Like they were gonna dog walk us. So you know what? After we beat their ass, yeah, I went back to all those comments and I was like, "What happened? I thought you were gonna dog walk us." And of course, nobody responds to me.
Well, I'm
They
pretty
go
sure
radio silent, just like Packer fans do.
I'm pretty sure they thought that they were going to beat us, just like the Texans. I know for a fact the Texans thought they were going to beat us.
They all thought they were gonna dog walk us.
The Texans on their post shows, oh my god, they were like literally embarrassed. All the Texans podcasters, they were like, "What the hell happened? How did you lose to the Vikings?"
Yeah.
It's like you didn't lose, you got your ass kicked.
Well, they beat the 49ers ass too, but the score was closer.
The score kept them in it, but we beat their asses point blank.
Yeah, see, the Texans didn't have a Fred Warner to save them.
Yeah, twice.
Not only that, the Texans almost lost to the Jaguars. So the Texans
And
look a
the
little.
Colts and the Bears.
Yeah, but they're still in front of us in power rankings.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's right. I said next week when we beat the Jets, we're going to move up to 13. Woo-hoo!
Well, I think Bucky Brooks likes us. He got us like number 1, the top 3.
And then
Well,
when we beat
some
the
of them-
Lions, we're going to be underneath the Lions.
Some of them have us. A lot of the power rankings do have the Vikings like second
1 or 2.
or third or fourth. But there's a lot of them out there who still, like we talked about earlier, there's people. Nick Wright's not the only one who still got the Packers in front of the Vikings. You still have the 49ers in front of the Vikings. You still have the Texans in front of the Vikings. There's a lot of people out there who still have that. So
yeah, Nick Wright's a buffoon, and he's an idiot.
No,
I do not like that guy.
no, I
He
like
cut his hair too. He looks
how anybody can understand Nick Wright is like amazing because with Mahomes and Caleb Williams shoved so deep down his throat, I can't understand a word he says.
Well, Mahomes does have 2 straight Super Bowls, but he's a Bears
I'm just
fan,
saying, like,
so of course
everything-
he's
I
a Bears
mean, even
fan.
now,
So of course he has Caleb Williams high. I mean, he's still got Sam Darnold as not even a top 15 quarterback.
yeah, because he's waiting for Sam to turn into a pumpkin
they
so
all
that
are.
he can say, "I told you so."
You know who's playing like a punker right now? Patrick Mahomes.
They still
Like,
Yeah,
Brett-
but the only thing Patrick
Not
doing is
only
taking
is
out
he
his own
playing like a
players.
pumpkin, he's taking out his own teammates.
wow. UNLV just scored.
Who's he taking out next? Travis Kelce?
He should.
No, I already said it. Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Is Taylor Swift's going to be in a room somewhere when the Chiefs play their game at the stadium? Patrick Mahomes will walk by and break off the door handle or lock it. Oh shit! Hey, where's Taylor? No one's seen Taylor.
Yeah, that's true, Davey.
Not this week. Not this week. He picked the Jets.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Yeah, Orlovsky picked the Jets. Yep.
Eventually, the Vikings have got to lose. So let's pick this game.
Yeah, that's the dumbest reasoning. Well, they're bound to lose and come back to earth.
Well, I understand some people like there's a show called the NFC Roundtable where they talk about they have a person on from each team. I can understand like the Lions guy and the Packers guy picking the Vikings to lose, and they said they don't have a reason. We just want them to. I'm fine with that. If that's the reason you give, at least it's honest. You know,
Right.
because if the Vikings win and the Packers and the Lions don't, that's
Well,
good.
and that's just like we don't want them to win, you know. So it's
Well, the Lions have the bye week, so they're safe. But they played the Cowboys.
watch them move up the power rankings.
Who knows what
Being
position
on the
Dallas
bye
is going to be in when they play the Lions?
Yeah, we don't know you don't know what Dallas team you're going to get from every week.
And
You
Parsons
don't.
and their other defensive.
We're not
tackle.
overlooking the Jets. I just haven't seen anything from the Jets that says they can beat Minnesota.
I don't
With the way both teams are playing.
Skull, I don't overlook anybody.
It's the NFL. You can't.
Yeah, you can't overlook anybody. That's the whole thing. And
I'm
I'm not overlooking the Jets, but the Jets are just a dumpster fire.
I'm confident I'm gonna stay asleep the whole game and wake up and we're gonna be 5-0. That's how much I'm overlooking the Jets.
Me too. I mean, come on. They're focusing on Devontae Adams. Like this whole week, all they've been focusing on is
Well, here's the
Devontae
thing,
Adams
though.
coming.
People are picking the Jets because for Aaron Rodgers, right? Well, he's not the same Aaron Rodgers. He may not even play.
I think he's gonna play. They won't force him to play.
He's got that swollen knee. Is that knee going to flare up when they're traveling?
If you
Good. Well, they're already over there, so
he got a beating from the Broncos, what do you think he's going to get from our defense?
yeah. And what's his name is already one of the tackles is already out.
Yeah, and they got a
Their offensive line is trash.
Yeah, that offensive line is garbage.
It's like the 28th rated offensive line in the NFL.
And Brees Hall hasn't been able to run the ball at all this year. So they become one-dimensional in offense. But you know what? Aaron had to have Nathan. He had to have Hackett. He got Hackett. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers was playing like Aaron Rodgers, I would be much worried about this game. Now, Aaron Rodgers could turn into that old Aaron Rodgers, and that would be freaky.
Yeah, but then the
I
problem
haven't
is that
seen
Aaron Rodgers' receivers aren't on the same page with him except for Lazard.
Well, who is the Jets' backup quarterback?
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor. And then they got my boy from Florida State, Jordan Travis.
Yeah, Jordan Travis is not ready though. He's still hurt.
He's still hurt.
Well, yeah, because he got hurt about this time last year. Yeah, with that injury.
The Jets' defense is real, but it's also not. They're going to get to the point where if the Jets' offense can't put any points on the board, they're going to be like, screw this. There's going to become dissension. Also, you're probably going to have Sauce Gardner on Jets one-on-one.
You can run on their defense, though.
Yeah, you can run on them too. I'd actually have to go with Jets one-on-one against Gardner, and I like Gardner. So
I don't think they're gonna take that chance, though.
Oh yeah, they will.
They will.
They're overconfident in their cornerbacks. They think their cornerbacks are the best three cornerbacks in NFL. So, but okay, here's the thing. You may be able to cover JJ one-on-one for a couple of plays. You're not going to be able to do the whole game. But they don't. They also have Jordan Addison.
Bingo.
They also have Naylor.
Bingo.
So are they going to be able to cover all three wide receivers one-on-one the whole game? I don't think so.
You know how you slow down that pass rush? You throw screen passes to Aaron Jones.
And you know who has a good screen game this season?
CJ.
Yeah. I'm like,
why? Because our quarterback is not panicking and throwing off his back foot, throwing it high.
I'm telling you, I got to be honest. The more I watch, the more I think that the former guy, I don't even like saying his name. I think the former guy was the one that held back KOC's offense.
I think the new guy has I don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah.
He says he's more,
like, I'm here for a year. Fuck it.
He's more worried about. Also, they talked about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is no longer focusing on the result. He's focusing on the process.
Yeah, that's a result of coaching.
Well, and that's
he hasn't
because
had
he doesn't
coaching.
feel the burden of an organization on his shoulder.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to have that pressure,
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of multiple reasons, but it's just he's showing the talent that made him the number 3 overall pick.
He's not coming into a situation where if he doesn't do good, everybody loses their job.
Yeah.
Bro. He's not the savior. He's not the franchise savior. And that takes a lot off of him too mentally.
Well, and then I think with JJ getting hurt, he doesn't have that pressure of like, that the kid behind me getting to replace me if I do bad. So that's off too. So now he can play.
Well, did you guys see that quote that KLC said about franchises and franchise quarterbacks?
Yeah, how organizations fail quarterbacks more than
the young quarterbacks don't fail the organizations. It's the organizations that fail the young quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and he's right. That is very, very true.
Jets.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it just a weird coincidence that the Jets have Geno Smith and Sam Darnold, and they've failed both of them, and yet they're now in different organizations that have stability and they're stable.
They failed more than that.
Well, Zach Wilson's the backup now.
Oh, they really failed Zach Wilson.
I'm sure Zach Wilson. If you insert Zach Wilson with Sam Darnold.
Wait, Catch. Did you just say insert in Zach Wilson in the same sentence?
No, I'm saying
did.
insert Zach Wilson instead of Sam Darnold into the Vikings offense. Would the Vikings be 4-0? Would the offense look just as good? We don't, that's a question, because of coaching,
I think we'd be 2-2. I think Sam Darnold at least has more experience than Zach Wilson that carried some of the games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But it's just a question out there. You don't know.
Yeah, I understand that question.
I think they probably would be 2-2.
Zach Wilson's probably like, okay, I just have to wait like 5 more years.
No, Zach Wilson's probably somewhere looking to find somebody's mom to bang.
But the funny thing though is Sam Darnold is younger than Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
That's because he left college way too early. I'm a USC fan, in case y'all forgot. And everybody was telling him to stay in college because he still needed to develop a little. But when they got you talking about you might go top 5 or be the number 1 pick, it's kind of hard to tell a prospect to stay in college.
Well, back then when the NIL money wasn't what it was. Nowadays, if a Southern Cal quarterback plays well, and he might be a 2nd or 3rd pick, you could, depending on how much money he gets in the boosters for Southern Cal, he might be able to stay.
Oh, I was watching an interview.
Just so you know, Shaq, I would never call Southern Cal those 3 letters. Just so you know.
I was watching an interview the other day with Deion
I would never
Sanders.
call them USC because they're not USC. So
I
There's
was
only one.
watching this interview.
Yeah,
Every
there's only
day.
one USC. It's in Carolina.
I
Just because one team has more success than the other doesn't mean that they can call themselves those three little letters when the team that actually is USC has been a college since 1801 before California was even a state. Just because you're better than that team doesn't mean that you are those three letters. So to me, they're Southern Cal.
Somebody's salty.
This is the USC right here.
Somebody's very salty.
Well, just because they're better at certain sports doesn't give them the right to automatically just call themselves that.
Salty.
But that is their initial, though.
No, they're Southern. Well, it's Southern Cal. It's also South Carolina's initials, USC. They've been calling themselves USC since 1801.
Well, they might have to change their name. Just go by South Carolina.
No, they go by USC. Their baseball team has Their baseball team's got USC all over it. Their basketball team has USC. Their football team has SC. They used to have SC on their sleeves. They go by USC. I'm sorry, I just went on a little.
Yeah, but I don't know. USC Trojans or USC Gamecocks?
It doesn't matter. They call themselves USC since 1801.
No, you both sound like you're ready to make a porno, but hey. God.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just messing with you.
I'm just messing with you too now.
But
they're both USC. I just don't like how the media just thinks that one deserves to be called USC over the other.
Well, one's in the media more than the other. You know, it's always the LA USC that's in the news.
So, well, yeah, because they're always one doing something.
Well, the other USC's in South Carolina, which is basically what?
Well, there's more people in Los Angeles and the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the Rams aren't even as liked as much as USC.
No, Southern Cal is the number one team in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the only one. I think they're the only one to actually stick around.
The only team that would take more eyeballs away from Southern Cal would be the Raiders if they went back to LA. But they went to Vegas instead. They should have sent the Chargers to Vegas and the Raiders back to Los Angeles. That's how it should have been done.
If I'm the Chargers, I'm pretty sure the Chargers will be looking for a new home in about 10 years.
If they had different owners, I think the owners would want to go back to San Diego. But I don't think the Spanos, I don't think they care.
Well, they should care. They're paying rent to another owner. They're paying rent to Kroenke.
Yeah,
I know. Kroenke built that stadium out of his own pocket. Kroenke's kind of dirty anyway. He owns a Premier League team, and the fans over there hate him.
I mean, why can't the Chargers, while they're building a new stadium in San Diego, obviously it's probably going to have to be 90-10 private public, but why can't they play at the Aztecs' new football stadium while the stadium's being built? Instead of being in Los Angeles where nobody cares about you.
Second biggest TV market. I just answered your question.
But in the NFL, I don't think it matters.
It matters. It matters. You still want that revenue.
But if no one cares about them, who's going to watch them?
It's LA.
But no one cares.
It's LA.
I mean, when you go to a Chargers home game, there's more fans from the other team than there is for the Chargers.
But it's LA. Everybody in LA is a transplant anyway.
It's almost like that for the Rams, but the Rams are actually pretty good, so people actually
right. I mean,
like
it's LA. It's the second biggest market for everything, and teams want that money. There's money there.
I kind of understand that in other sports, but the NFL model kind of makes it to where it doesn't matter where you play.
Yeah, but the NFL is still old fashioned and run by the old geezers. So they still do the whole like the TV thing. To me, everybody's got their what you call it in and out, so it really doesn't matter. But they still want teams on the West Coast. They still want teams in that TV market. You know?
Yeah, the Rams have a lot of fans because they were in LA for a while. The Chargers were in LA for 1 year in the NFL, then they moved to San Diego.
Yeah, see, when I think of the Chargers or San Diego,
Yeah. The Rams you could think of LA, and the Raiders you could think of LA.
yeah,
But
the Chargers have always been San Diego.
Yeah.
How the hell did the Raiders end up in Vegas?
The money,
the mystique of the Raiders.
the mystique of the Raiders, and Mark Davis thinks he's his dad, and
Yeah.
he's not. He took the money. Bottom line.
They are the cheapest. They are the not. I don't want to say the cheapest, but they are the of all the NFL owners. The Davis family has got the less money.
They got the what money?
So they are the poorest of all the NFL owners.
The Raiders are?
Yeah.
I do Vikings.
As far as how much the owner themselves have, the Davis family has the less because it's just they. And then the Brown, Mike Brown, the Bengals owner is right above them because the only thing they have now the last year or so it may have flipped, but that they don't have like they are rich because of the football team. That's why they have the money.
Well, and then
they're not like the Wolves have like real estate and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the Wolves are pretty high in NFL owners. They don't have the most money, but they're not like the cheapest either. They're like 9th, 10th, or somewhere around there.
Put it this way: whatever money the Wilfs are making now with US Bank Stadium is all theirs because guess what? The stadium's paid up.
Yeah,
the stadium's paid up. It usually takes 10 years. It only took like 5 years.
Yeah,
and
at least they paid it back.
Yeah, and it's already paid up.
See, I'm kind of I have an issue with stadiums to where if it's public money like the US Bank Stadium stuff like that, if it's public money involved, then yes, then the city should get revenue and all that type of stuff. As long as there's money owed, they should get revenue from concerts and all that type of stuff. But the problem I have with people who are anti-stadium is that they want the owner also want to get the money to people who don't want to pay for the stadium also want to get the money that if they did put up money, they want that. So like the Los Angeles Stadium, the SoFi, paid for 100% by the owner, Sam Kroenke, right?
Yeah,
there was
LA took a vote and was not going to pay it.
People in the city of LA who want the same amount of back from the stadium as if they helped pay for it. It doesn't work that way. You can't have it both ways. You can't say I don't want to pay for a stadium, but get the benefits as if we did pay for the stadium, and then pay. So those are the people I have attitude with, to where like like Sam Kroenke gets 100% of whatever happens at the SoFi Stadium, right? The city doesn't get any of it. The city gets like taxes from the players playing in the game or people performing the concert and stuff like that. They get that money. But when you help build a stadium with public money, you also get money from sometimes it's like 30% of the parking fee, 30% of concession. You actually get money back when you help pay for the stadium. You can't expect to get money back. You can't expect to get money that same type of output back from the stadium when you don't put any money in at all. And those are the people I have an issue with. And there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean,
well, that's why U.S. Bank had to be enclosed because the state would not fund it if it was.
Well, no, they wanted retractable roof, and they wouldn't pay for the retractable roof because it's more expensive. And then the Vikings wanted open air. Vikings either wanted an open air stadium or a retractable roof.
The problem with the thing with the retractable roof is the NFL stepped in because guess what? When it's 50 degrees or lower, you have to have it closed.
Yeah.
And that's an NFL rule. So
and for Minnesota, it gets cold like once like November hits, it gets cold.
It's cold now, actually.
Well, they can't even open the windows when it gets to a certain temperature as well.
Well, and here's
Windows-
the thing too. Now we've got those big doors, right? Usually we leave those open. No, they treat those big doors like they do if we have a roof. If it's 50
Yeah.
degrees or colder, those doors have to
Those doors are massive. Holy cow!
Yeah, they're huge. They're huge.
And they only open in preseason, right?
Yeah, it was open for preseason.
Well, they're probably open. They're always usually open for the preseason game unless it's rain, and then like
Probably like
the
2
first
weeks
half of the season up until like
Once
Up
it
until-
drops, once we get below
yeah,
50
usually till
degrees,
Halloween.
they'll close it.
Usually till Halloween, the windows. Like if the game was being instead of being played in London, if it was being played in the Twin Cities, the doors would probably be open. So it's usually till about Halloween, the doors are open. Then after that, the stadium's 100% closed.
Well, sometimes we got a 80-degree Halloween, dude.
So,
I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Up to Halloween, they're
Yeah.
usually open.
it all
Yeah, that's
depends
the
on what the
latest
weather
it'll
is.
stay open.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, but once it's 50 or colder, and don't let it snow because then it will be closed.
What's this? What's this 50 degrees you're talking about?
It's 50 degrees here right now, dude. 56 degrees.
Like I said, what's this 50 degrees you're talking about?
But I mean, it's and they wanted
People like Curtis would need those lamps outside. Those heat lamps.
which lamps?
Oh, she's talking about those heat lamps.
Oh, the heat
Yeah,
lamps. Oh God.
Yeah, Curtis would need that if he was up here in this 50
Well,
degree weather.
okay, so I got the weather report from now until October 18th. 90 is our low.
California, I guess, is still in triple digits.
So it's well, we had a cold front come through. So
Oh
Yeah,
my God! Did it drop down to 85?
no,
Yeah.
91, 93, 94, 94, 93, 91, 92 all this week.
Oh my God! What a cold front!
And then
Damn.
well, and then it's 92, 92, 91, 90, 92, 91, 90.
Okay, are you done rubbing it in there, Catch? We're really
Maybe-
tired of hearing it.
Make
But
sure
it does
you
get
have your
cool at
coat
night.
on.
It gets to the 70s at night.
Oh, man. That's cold for you guys. That's cold for you guys.
Remember
That's
that
a
one year
heat.
they had that ice storm?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That the ice storm they had a couple years ago was unusual because the couple years before that it snowed, and it was the first time since '83 that it snowed in San Antonio. And then they had that ice storm.
Did the
winter
world
storm.
shut down there?
Yes.
Mostly because of the power. They were doing rolling blackouts because the power grid couldn't handle it because it never winterized the power. So they were doing a rolling blackout, right? So your power would come on for like 30 seconds and then be back off for like 3 or 4, like 5 or 6 hours. Come back on for a minute, they'd be off. Like I'm like, just leave it off, man. Just leave it off,
Damn.
you know? But yeah, the problem with Texas is there's they have the luxury of being like there's no regulation like there would be regularly, and they don't have competition either, so there's no regulation and no competition, so basically they could go without being winterized because Texas has its own power grid. We're not connected to any other states. Texas has its own power grid. So if they were connected to other states, we wouldn't have been without power. But not being connected to other states, our power bills are cheaper. So there's plus and minuses of it because we don't have to bring it from or take it from other states. So, but I don't know. We'll see.
Wow, this is the longest moment of quietness that's ever had on this show.
Sarah got her Venti out of the way early.
Oh yeah, and jeez, I don't know. Sometimes this fan base I just have to shake my head sometimes with the way their logic and thinking.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, all this wanting to extend Sam, I'm like, whoa, like, calm down, slow your roll.
Don't worry, Sarah. You'll catch on. You do he was seeing ghosts before he came here, and then now during the off
Dude,
season, he was
I
like,
am not on board with re-signing Sam Darnold. I'm not. The whole
now
point of us drafting a rookie quarterback is so that we have a rookie contract. This whole point of signing Sam Darnold is just fucking dumb.
how long is a rookie contract?
4 years, 5 years.
If they pick up the 5th-year options, 5
Yeah,
years.
and I'm sure the Vikings will pick up the 5th-year option for what's his name, JJ.
So if we sign Sam Donald for, let's say, 2 years, we still have 3 years of JJ McCarthy,
Yeah, you
correct?
know what? We have 3 years, and then he's gonna play 1 year, and we're gonna have to fucking figure out if we have to pay him or extend him. So
Well, they can
it's dumb.
sign Sam Darnold all they want.
I'm going to be honest with you. He's only on a 1-year deal, okay? No matter what he does this year, and he's got to do a lot in order to even justify giving him some more money. Darnold, I'm talking.
Well, they can re-sign him as a backup.
Yeah, but okay, but you know what? Here's the thing. In this league where everybody's starved for a franchise quarterback, by the way, if Darnold keeps playing this way, there will be an NFL team that will overpay for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't fit their scheme at all, but they'll overpay for him because of what he did in 1 year. And I'd rather let that team overpay him because guess what? This playbook, the plays that Sam are running, are the same plays that JJ can run.
I think JJ can probably run some of them better.
I'd rather roll with JJ. You don't draft JJ where he is just to let him sit. He's got to play.
You know what? I hope Sam Donald wins us a Super Bowl and we never win another Super Bowl.
Oh, if the Vikings win a Super Bowl, I'm straight. Nope. They don't have to do a damn thing for the rest of my life. I got my ring. I got my championship.
Well, like I said, even if Sam Darnold wins the Vikings Super Bowl, JJ's the starter next year.
Yeah.
That's not me saying that. If you listen to how KOC and Kwesi talk, that's them.
That's a lot.
Sam wasn't, and Sam probably shocked the Vikings too.
Well, and people keep
they didn't expect this. They didn't expect him to have this much success.
People keep thinking that he's going to be playing for $10 fucking million next year. He's not.
No, he's making. I think he's making that this year.
30 million, 25 million. That's not too bad.
He is not going to play for that much money. If he does good, he's going to want to get paid. That was the agreement why he came to the Vikings, because he had other suitors too. But they told him that you have the chance to come here and have a season like Baker Mayfield and get yourself paid.
He was actually offered more money by other teams.
Yeah.
He took less to come to Minnesota.
Here.
Yeah. So it's like so he came here as a backup. He came here as a backup. That's why he signed for $10 million. The only NFL quarterbacks who don't make a lot of money are rookie quarterbacks. All of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL make a shit ton of money.
That's because these teams overpay for NFL quarterbacks.
No, he didn't come here as a backup. He came here as a bridge.
Yeah, he was just going to be a bridge quarterback. That's all he was.
Well, no, what I mean by that is he knew that he probably wasn't going to play the whole season as a starter.
I knew that.
Is how he came to the Vikings. So that's what I mean by backup. That's why he took $10 million.
Yeah.
But he knew at the time that he would have the chance to play, that he would look as good as he did. But now that JJ got hurt, he is going to be the starter for the whole season. So unless there's no teams out there who are looking for him to be a starter, then he's definitely going to come back. I think he comes back as a backup But if he does, but does seem like the Raiders. Hugh says the Raiders won't overpay for him. I would say the Panthers, but he's already been there. But a team like the Panthers, who says that they won't overpay for a court,
I'm telling you right now, keep the Niners in your picture too.
The Jets want him back.
Keep the Niners, keep the Rams,
Miami,
maybe Seattle,
Minnesota.
Denver.
He will not be in Minnesota.
Well, I'm not going to say 100% he's not going to be in Minnesota. He could come back as a backup.
Okay, so you're gonna pay your backup 15 mil?
No, I'm just saying, if he doesn't get any good offers or anything like that,
He's gonna get good offers. Like I said, somebody will overpay.
What about Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland's another one. Well, how much of that contract of Deshaun's do they have to eat next year?
a lot.
That contract should be just about done, shouldn't it?
I know his contract is not very good.
No, they restructured him.
Oh, they
before
freed
the
up some
season
money.
Started.
So is there I wonder if there's a way that they could let him go with the settlement.
Oh, there is. If there is, that's right. They thought it was suspicious that new case got brought against him.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to finagle the contract so he's go.
Jesus.
They can avoid the contract.
Where does new case come from?
Cleveland.
Oh, that one was in Cleveland?
I don't think it was in Cleveland, but I'm saying what probably happened was the Browns was like, it's not looking too good for Deshaun Watson, so we need an out.
It's not looking too good because he sucks.
And there's language in his contract that if because they knew about the 22 cases, but there's language in his contract that his contract can be void if
Wow.
there's a case that gets brought against him.
Okay, so Deshaun Watson's contract is a 5-year, $230 million contract,
Okay.
fully guaranteed.
Oh.
Even if Deshaun Watson gets suspended, the contract is not voided and it's not. So he still gets paid whether he gets suspended or not.
Who were the agents for Deshaun and Kirk?
Probably the
So,
same guy.
Who were their agents? My God.
he restructured the contract. It was restructured after the 2022 season. No trade clause. Watson has a full no trade clause from 24 to 26. Void years 2027.
No, but he does have an out on that contract.
Suspension, signing bonuses and future contract are not voided
No,
if
it's
Watson's
not for
suspended.
suspension. It's regarding if there's a new case brought against him that they can.
But
get
if he,
out of
but
that.
what, but when he gets suspended from that, he still gets paid.
Yeah, but they're not getting suspended. If a new case is brought against him, then they can cut him.
So instead of 22 cases, he'd have 23, and
But it's still guaranteed, sir.
No, it's not, because Mike Florio was talking about it, and he had mentioned that the contract, there's language in the contract where if there's a new case other than the 22 cases that were brought in, if there's a new case
Be right back, guys.
that is brought against him, then they can void that contract due to them not knowing
Right.
about.
Yes, but the money is still guaranteed. The guaranteed part of it's still guaranteed.
That's not. I don't know. That's not how I understood it. That it can be void, and they can get out of it if there's new action that is brought against him that they didn't know about.
Let me see.
And that's why they're trying to get out of it.
Let's see.
So while you look that up, my conspiracy thing is I feel like the Texans knew about all this and they just want to keep it on the low until Watson started to hold out, bitch. So then they was like, well, if you're going to do that, then we're going to let all this information come out about you.
Okay, let me see.
Because there's no way that the Texans didn't know about all this going down while he was the quarterback.
No, I think they just they were hoping to get a trade, and they got it. And then after they got that trade, was when all that shit came out.
Watching.
And the Browns could have just kept Baker.
They winning with Baker though. That's why Odell Beckham wanted to leave. He didn't believe in Baker Mayfield.
I don't know, but I mean Baker's doing fine now in Tampa, and I mean Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's better than Odell, so
Yeah. It's a situation. Browns, Jets, and Panthers just can't seem to keep a quarterback or make a quarterback look good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about. Let's see.
Jags are really screwed up with Trevor Lawrence.
yeah,
That's another. That's another.
That made
I
no
think that's
sense.
another franchise failing a quarterback.
Oh, big time.
I don't
That
think they
was-
failed him. I think he just sucks though. They have surrounded him with weapons.
Name them. Name the weapons they surrounded him with.
Who? Lawrence?
Yeah.
They surrounded him with what? His running back that he played in college with, or was it his tight end? One of them.
Back Travis Etienne from college.
He's got Etienne. He's got Ingram.
He's got Kirk.
Christian Kirk.
Say what you want about him, but he did help Trevor Lawrence, and he was a good receiver. So you can't say that he was a shitty receiver. He wasn't.
Who?
So, out of all those weapons you just named for Trevor Lawrence, which one would you take over Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen?
Not every team is going to be able to have those kind of weapons. We drafted our weapons. We didn't trade for them.
Exactly. Just because you draft a weapon don't mean they're going to be good.
No, Jacksonville also screwed up too because of who they had for coaches.
No, Jacksonville traded weapons for him.
And not only that, when you need an offensive line, why would you draft a running back when you already got a running back?
Hey, you guys, they got Ezra Cleveland from us.
Like, they're building backwards.
Yeah, but if you think about it, though, he has way better weapons than some other teams. So you can't say that he would. And he has Brian Thomas, too. And he's overthrowing them.
Well, I always thought Lawrence was overrated.
So, Sarah, I just read the report from PFT.
Uh-huh.
The Browns can only void if any years the last two. And if Deshaun Watson let the Browns know that this new allegation that supposedly that came out in September, if he told them that there's probably another one out there, then the Browns are stuck. They can't do anything.
Yeah, that was the wording.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't think he told them.
But if he did know, then even if the NFL suspends him, he's, by the way the contract is written,
He'll get paid.
he still gets paid. And if so basically they're saying the last 2 years because that's usually how long, like a court case, whatever it takes. So they can only get out of the last 2 years. That $92 million signing bonus that he did is fully guaranteed. He gets that no matter what.
The one that's probably going to get the axe is probably Stefanski.
So
Stefanski will get the axe.
He should be glad to get out of there. I would get out of there and go somewhere else.
Oh, Stefanski?
Yeah.
Well, I was never high. I was
Train
never
wreck
high on.
organization with shit owners. Why would you want to stay there as a coach?
It's an NFL gig.
I know, but I'm just saying, like Stefanski's coach of the year choice. I'm sure if he gets fired, he'll be able to get another coaching job.
Well, it's the same thing with why would you want to become a Carolina Panther head coach, because it's an NFL job.
He should have never won Coach of the Year twice. He robbed somebody. I forgot who should have won it.
I want to say KOC. Who robbed KOC?
Dable.
Yep. Just like Justin Herbert robbed Justin Jefferson of Rookie of the Year.
What a joke.
I think KOC will win Coach of the Year this year if they continue at this pace, though.
I'm not so sure, sir.
But then they'll probably give it to Dan Campbell because he's got big balls.
So he says. I'm so sick of the Lions. I'm sick of hearing about them.
I mean, because really, it should be KOC wins Coach of the Year and Flores wins Assistant of the Year.
And Sam Darnold MVP.
Sam is probably getting comeback player of the year. That's for
No,
damn
he
sure.
can't. They changed the parameters for comeback of the year. Now you have to be injured.
Oh, screw the NFL.
He had a broken brain.
Yeah. He was mentally broken. That should count.
I don't.
That's why Kirk and
Because
Rodgers.
Vikings with a it's because of the old rules. The Vikings had the leading candidate. Now we can't have a Viking win award. So
No, they changed that after Flacco won because then he didn't come back from anything other than his couch. So after Flacco won, they changed it. That
Flacco should have got comeback player of the year last year. Who said that? Why? What? Who deserved comeback player of the year more than Flacco
Hamlin
last year?
You did?
Well, he died, and he came back. So I mean,
Who died?
Damar Hamlin.
DeMar Hamlin.
But Hamlin didn't come back though.
He did.
No, he
he
was
died
good.
on the field, and he came back.
He didn't come back. He didn't play after that. He
I
came
think
back
he
to the team.
He was out the rest of the year.
Yeah, he came back to the team, but he didn't play.
Yep.
But he came back from dead.
That doesn't. Yeah, but a lot of people come back from being dead. But I'm just saying, it's
Like
he didn't do
Flacco?
anything. He didn't do anything on the field to get comeback player of the year.
Actually, yeah, he did. He came back from the dead.
Yeah, he came back.
He didn't
from
do
the
anything.
dead.
So, but
He literally died on the field, and then he came back to life.
Technically, that's comeback player of the year.
so
Technically.
I mean, no offense to him, but you also got to be kind of good.
yeah, that's true too.
Hey, did you see him knock out Tua this year?
Not Tua knocked herself out.
I know that was the
Yeah.
joke.
That was so it was so weird for Tua to go at him at his heart too.
Well, it's almost like Hamlin didn't want to hit him. He didn't want to hit him.
Yeah.
And I can understand that because a lot of these defensive players, you barely touch a player and you're getting flagged for it.
I'm surprised he didn't get a flag.
Maybe the official thought, well, that was Tua's dumbass for doing it, for running into him.
Do you think he's coming back to play?
If he was smart, he wouldn't.
I think he wants to, but I don't think the NFL going to blacklist him.
Well, the NFL said that they were not going to say anything about his
Sure
concussion. They said they were going to stay out of it. So,
Sure.
Well, and now see, this is the problem because now Stephen Ross is going to make whoever the head coach is play him. And he's already, I mean, one more concussion, he could probably die.
They
You
ain't
know,
gonna- well, they'll probably let him play, but they just won't have their games be primetime games so that they're not on TV for the whole world to see.
I mean, it's not like they didn't invent these ugly ass helmets that Tua could wear. Tua should be wearing.
these helmets are getting uglier and uglier too.
Well, and
Right.
the whole thing is, it's like it was his damn fault for not sliding.
Yeah, that is completely his fault. I don't care what anybody says. That's his fault.
yeah.
And he's a quarterback too. Slide. The rules are already made for you. Just slide.
And the sooner you learn that as a quarterback, the less you're going to get hurt.
Yep.
Look at Anthony Richardson, injured again. Why? Because that motherfucker don't know how to fucking slide.
Well, he's on my fantasy team, so he needs to run more.
Your fantasy team in trouble, brother.
Yeah. Throwing shit ain't working for him, so he needs to just start running.
He's up, but he's already injury prone. So, and this is early in his career. So it's.
I am so glad we did not trade up to draft him. Thank God. Oh my God.
I only wanted one quarterback from that draft, and that was CJ.
Yeah, and that was the only one I wanted.
I don't know who we were trading up for because there's stories all over that we wanted Price, we wanted Anthony Richardson, we wanted
Will Levis was the one that I kept hearing.
We wanted Will Levis.
It wasn't
Yeah, we
Will
wanted
Levis.
Will Levis.
We didn't take Will Levis.
Thank God.
Yeah, fall to us.
Thank God we didn't take Will Levis.
KOC was like,
Yeah.
no thank.
Yeah, he probably looked at him and said, "I can't do anything with this guy."
Well, yeah, because remember they KOC did a thingy and it was recorded unintentionally. I mean, somebody intentionally recorded it without KOC knowing, and he was talking about how the past few years he's been the quarterback killer because there were these quarterbacks that they wanted to draft that KOC would not give the go ahead on it.
Oh, I believe.
Maybe because he knew they would not be good.
Yeah.
And Will Levis was one of them.
Oh shit, Levis supposedly got hurt Thursday night or Monday night. Was it Monday night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rudolph came in.
And Mason Rudolph came in. I forgot Mason Rudolph was still in the league.
And they won.
And they won. Oh, Miami's
Oh,
just
great. Now we're gonna have to face Mason Rudolph.
Well, Miami's in trouble because without Tua, they don't look like an NFL team.
even with Tua, they still got that problem.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this out. Do you guys think McDaniels is on drugs? Because like his press conferences have been looking really weird. He's been like talking really fast and sweaty, and I'm like, is he snorting or something? Like he just looks.
That's called cocaine, Sarah.
Miami's just hot.
He playing in Miami, right?
Yeah. That's called cocaine.
No, but don't you guys get that impression too, or is it just me?
No, he be sweating like there's no tomorrow.
Wait, there's a cocaine issue in Miami?
And here's the thing. Okay, get this. You're in Miami. It's sunny and humid. Why are you wearing a hoodie?
He's probably what's that? Gen Z? Gen Z like wearing hoodies.
Yeah, there's guys that wear hoodies here, and it's like 114 degrees outside.
Oh, what the hell? Damn.
I'm like, I don't understand it. How? How?
Yeah, I don't get that either. No, but McDaniel's hire basically he fit a quota. Let's just put it that way. Because remember, he was hired right after the whole Brian Flores thing. And
I I was gonna say, isn't he part black?
Yeah, his dad's black. Yeah. Yeah, his dad's black. I mean, so it's, but was he that good of a? I had never heard of the guy until he got hired in Miami. I didn't know nothing about him.
He came from the Shanahan tree because he was the run coordinator or whatever on Shanahan's offense.
With the Niners?
Yeah, the Niners.
He wasn't even the offensive coordinator. He was like the run coordinator.
He's basically Brad Childress.
Shit, I don't think I've ever seen Brad Childress put up 60 points on the team.
No, Childress in Philadelphia. Childress had the offensive coordinator title, but he never called the plays. Everybody knows Andy Reid called the plays.
Now that teams have figured out McDaniel's offense, that's why they can't do shit.
Well, he's one-dimensional. He don't have his quarterback, so
but they have running
helps.
backs and they can't even run the ball.
Well, they can have Myles Gaskin. We let him go.
No, I'm just saying they have running backs. They have A-Chain and Mozart. They can't even run the ball.
We put him on practice.
Have you seen that offensive line?
Wait, they released Myles Gaskin?
They got
Myles Gaskin. We released Gaskin. Yeah.
So who's going to return kicks?
Powell. Yeah, but they didn't pay their offensive line because they had to pay Tua. That's why their offensive line.
I didn't even know they released Gaskins.
They released him this week.
Who did they bring in?
Tunyon.
Robert Tunyon. They brought him up permanently.
Permanently?
He's on the active roster now.
Because Oliver is
He was on the practice squad.
Oliver's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, he broke his jerk-off hand.
Oliver's out?
Mm-hmm.
He catches one TD pass and gets hurt?
He broke his jerk-off hand. Too much on Pornhub.
Wow.
I thought Oliver,
But why would they have to release Gaskin if Oliver is hurt? They shouldn't have had to release Gaskin.
Because they haven't put Oliver on IR. With the destination.
I thought that was the case. I could be wrong though, but I thought
that's the only reason. Because if you haven't put Oliver on IR, he's taking up a roster spot.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're gonna put Oliver on IR.
Huh?
I don't think they're gonna put him on IR.
He's not going on IR. No, he's not going on IR
after the bye. Because we got a bye week after this, so we might see a lot of come back.
Yeah.
I think
so these rules for the what you call it are so they keep changing them. I can't keep up with them, but yeah, and I think Gaskin's been up there. I know we had Gaskin. He was active for 3 games?
So question.
4.
Like if we make it to the playoffs, right?
So you know what? We can put Gaskin back on practice squad. He was on the active roster. That's why
it was clear waivers probably.
If we make it back to the playoffs and say Sam Darnold gets hurt, because it's the playoffs now, can JJ come back and play or no?
No, JJ's done for the year.
He was IR before the season started.
Yeah, he was IR before the season, so he can't come back.
Without the destination to return, you can only use it on 2 players.
Yep, and he did not get
Hawkinson and Murphy are the 2 players they used it on.
What is it with what is it with Reisner?
How is Cam?
I'm sorry, no, Reisner and
how is
Reisner and Murphy were the 2 they designated to return.
Play in the playoff for the Rams during their Super Bowl run because he got injured, like right at the start of training camp. And
who's that?
Cam Akers.
Because they didn't put Akers on season-ending IR
for the Rams.
They may have did it like
and the rules were that was
still the same. The new rules.
But did they do an injury settlement, release him, then bring him back? You can do that as well.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, there's ways around it. But with Cam, if he was hurt in preseason, as long as they don't put him, if he's got a designation to return, yeah. But if you put him on season-ending IR,
Right. He
He's
can't come
done.
back. But if you do an injury settlement and you pay, let's say you pay the guy for 6 weeks with an injury settlement, you release him. If nobody picks him up, you can pick him back up once he's healthy.
Yeah.
So I think that's might have been what they did with Akers. So 'cause, yeah,
if Donald gets
Bas-
hurt, quarterback is Nick Mullins.
I don't think
Well,
so.
Don't
I
remind me.
think Rippion's the quarterback. Better than he's got a stronger arm than Mullins. I can tell you that much.
That option still ain't much better there, Cat.
I didn't say it was a better option.
The option still sucks.
Those words never came out of my mouth.
Can we
Still
just have Josh
sucks.
McCown be the backup in that case?
Yeah,
God.
fuck it. Bring back Jaron Hall, but no, he's on another team. Fuck.
No,
Who
he
took Jaron
mad at
Hall?
us.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh, the
mad at
Seahawks
us, so
took
he
him?
took off to the Seahawks.
Great.
He was just reaching his full potential with his wives.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he is Mormon. I don't know. I don't know if Mullen. Well,
And
Mullins
I
can
think
throw the ball, but his accuracy is just.
he probably left because he knows he has no chance of being the starter here.
Who's that?
Darren Hall.
Yeah, when he did start, he got hurt. So
Well, and the thing is, I'm like, what's wrong with being a backup, man? You get paid millions to hold a damn clipboard, and you're gonna have your health. Like, god damn, I wish somebody would pay me to be a backup.
you get on TV a couple of times a game. What the hell? Sean Mannion
Chase
made a
Daniels
career
did
out
a-
of it.
Chase Daniels did a hell of a career out of being a backup quarterback.
A lot of them have.
You know?
Yep.
A lot of them have.
You don't get your brain bashed in. All you gotta do is carry a clipboard and
And you're
run
fine.
the scout, right?
a
Run
good
the
life.
scout team
Have to play one game every 2 years.
Yeah.
and play during preseason. Oh,
Exactly.
speaking of which, you guys, isn't this weird how the only two undefeated teams are the two teams that like play their starters in preseason?
Oh, can you say that again, Sarah? I didn't hear you. What you say?
I said the two undefeated teams are the two teams that play their starters during the preseason.
Oh man, would you look at that? Maybe we should have did that last.
What a coincidence.
Well, don't forget, Darnold did play in that Raiders game, so the starters did play
Oh yeah.
one
yeah.
drive, and that was it. One drive.
I'm
No,
Unless you're Ed Ingram, and then you play in every damn preseason game and still suck.
I mean, imagine we would have got Kirk at least 5 snaps in preseason. We probably would have never been 1-4.
Kirk would have never done it. Kirk would have been like, "I'm not playing." Yeah, he would have put up a stink. He would not have played.
Yeah, he wouldn't play preseason.
Yep, he'd have been a complete asshole about it.
Yeah, when he was in Atlanta, he let it out. I'm not playing preseason. That's why he looked rusty that first game.
Well, plus,
Him
you
and-
know what? He can't move. That's going
Him
to be a
and Drake
problem.
London have a pretty good. He's got a pretty good connection with Drake London, but Drake London got hurt.
London's hurt. He's still only hitting Pitts every now and then.
Yeah,
I almost dropped Pitts, but I'm like, okay, he's got to use Pitts sometime. He loves Hawkinson. How can he not love Pitts?
Actually, he threw more to Mooney last night than he did to Pitts.
I know.
I
know.
don't know. I mean, I think people would say that that Kyle Pitts is better, but is he really though?
I think they might trade him. They might as well trade Kyle Pitts if they're not going to use him.
But you know what, though? Who else had this problem with Kirk?
Use him though.
Who else had this problem with Kirk as a quarterback? What other tight end?
Irvin
Rudolph.
Smith.
Kyle Rudolph.
Irvin Smith.
Yeah.
Was Cooley the tight end in Washington when he was there?
No, Cooley was gone.
One of my favorite tight ends, Chris Cooley.
Yeah, Cooley was gone.
But then Kirk loved Hawkinson because he threw to him all the time.
Well, he was also the shortest route too.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the shortest route.
Yeah, he was usually-
We know that on that 4th and 8.
We sure do.
That's what I was saying is that when Hawkinson comes back, how much is that going to change the offense? You know,
I feel like it'll give Sam Donald hopefully quicker passes instead of him always looking for JJ to get open 15 seconds later.
I'm just
Well,
saying, like, because Hawkinson had 95 catches last year before he got hurt.
That's why it shocks me that Pitts is not being used.
I think it's just a Kirk thing.
Maybe Kirk is
I seriously think it's a Kirk thing. I really do.
So we have this from Bob Sarah. And then we also have this.
Yeah, I miss Kirk.
Well, the first thing to acceptance is admitting you have the problem.
Yeah. Acceptance is the first step.
Yes.
I forgot to put my picture of that kid's face on my avatar. That's how much I miss Kirk.
Hell, I don't think anybody misses Kirk when he's gone.
Except for the Kirk stance. Except for
God,
the Kirk
yes.
stance.
Yeah, and they're
I know.
still here. My God, they were on friggin' social media. See, Kirk can still play. Kirk can still play. It's like, shut up. Go back in the basement and have a Pop-Tart.
I'm glad he can still play. He can
Why you
play
gotta
in-
insult Pop-Tarts like that?
As long as he plays in Atlanta, I have no problem.
Oh, Atlanta's going to be let down. So the letdown will be epic. It's going to be epic.
They're going to win a division. They're going to be all excited about playing in the playoffs.
And there's going to be 4th and 5, and he's going to throw it.
Could you imagine
Did you say
if the
4th and 5?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the Falcons come here to US Bank Stadium for a playoff game?
Mm.
Sorry, Tony, you're going to have to do a lot of consoling that night.
No, she ain't going to talk to me.
Well, Tony was supposed to join our show, but no one's heard from him.
I'm going to end up on the back of a milk carton.
Just to come on the show. Has anybody seen Tony?
I drove by his apartment, but the lights weren't on. Since I know where Tony lives. I'm like, I drove by his apartment, the lights weren't on. I don't know.
Just don't say I told you so.
You say don't add fuel to the fire?
Tony gonna buy one of them shirts off Amazon just saying I told you so. Oh, Trish is like, what do you mean? I don't know, I just told you.
Just
No,
don't
after-
say calm down. If you say calm down and I told you so, we might as well just
No,
have
you know what I'm gonna. You know what will get me killed quicker than anything is like, honey, it's just a game.
Don't you worry about a thing.
Oh,
Every little thing gonna be all right.
oh my God!
With Cousins as your QB.
Do you think when we play Kirk, Flores is going to throw the book at him?
I don't think Kirk plays us. I'm just being honest. I don't think he plays us.
Because remember how in training camp he was so frustrated with Flores?
Yeah.
I don't think he plays us, and I'm saying purely because his Achilles is still not healed. He took some shots last night that if he keeps getting hit like that for the rest of the year, he's going to be done. He is. He's going to be done. And he took some pretty good shots from the Buccaneers last night. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of football left.
Yeah.
When do you play them?
We'll fight. We'll see. I mean, I know that's the same thing that people keep saying about. I see. I'm not. See, Cousins is kind of not expect. Cousins is who he is. So the stuff that Cousins is doing, I expected him to be doing.
Yep.
He's gonna have great games. He's gonna come back. He's gonna do this. He's going to do that. You know, and
He sure is.
he's gonna. And so, but so I guess
Because regular
would I be
season,
hypocritical to say Sam Darnold's going to turn into a pumpkin because we know Kirk Cousins is eventually going to screw up, and so people are waiting for Sam Darnold to turn into a pumpkin. It hasn't happened yet, but they're saying it will. So was it hypocritical to say that Cousins is going to end up doing that, but Sam Darnold's not?
I'm just waiting for the playoffs. That's when Kirk Cousins does that.
I wouldn't say it's hypocritical because how much is Sam Darnold getting paid?
Well, $10 million.
And that's all you need to know.
But see, I don't think Darnold's going to turn into a pumpkin, though. That's the thing. He may not play at the level he's playing at right now the whole season, but I don't think he's going to fall off the map like people are expecting.
Kirk will play good in the preseason, in the regular season, but when it gets to the playoffs, he's going to do what Kirk does.
But what if Kirk doesn't mess up at the playoffs?
Kirk, you know what though? We've seen it with Kirk. Kirk has a pattern.
But
Kirk
people
doesn't
say the
stray
same
from
thing
that
about
pattern.
Darnold. They've seen it with Darnold too.
Darnold is 27 with bad coaching. Kirk is 36, and all he's done is put up a bunch of numbers his whole career. He hasn't done anything to make you warrant that he all of a sudden is this battle-tested champion quarterback. He hasn't.
Look at Darnold. When he knows that we need a play, who does he go to? He goes to JJ.
Well, not only that, one thing I will say about Darnold, though, I mean, the pumpkin, he could turn into a pumpkin. He's not gonna play like this the whole season. He's gonna have a bad game. All quarterbacks have bad games.
Right.
The one thing I noticed about Darnold, though, is that he doesn't wait for the receivers to necessarily be open. Like, he'll basically, if it's 3rd and 2, whatever, and he doesn't like what he sees, he'll run for the first down. I mean, I don't know how many yards he has rushing, but it's got to be more than what Cousins had in the full year already. You know?
Yeah, you'd be pretty close, too. You'd be pretty accurate.
So that I do like about Sam Darnold. Does Sam Darnold take chances? Yes. But to me, I'd rather have a quarterback who takes chances like Sam Darnold does than one who doesn't. Let's just say Sam Darnold is that same play that we're talking about Cousins in the playoffs. Does Sam Darnold throw it short on a 4th 3, or does he throw it to JJ in triple coverage? I think he throws it to JJ in triple coverage.
Well, look at
I think he gets out of the pocket and runs for it.
You know, so that's just another thing. Is like after watching Cousins and seeing Sam Darnold in the same offense, I think there's something. And maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong. I think there's something in Cousins' mind to where he governs himself. You know, to where, yeah, he took the chance against Buffalo with that throw to Justin Jefferson. But as Sarah said, there was a game next week. You know,
yeah.
So that playoff game against the Giants, there's no game next week. Now, is T.J. Hawkinson a good athlete? And do you throw it to T.J. Hawkinson? He breaks the tackle because if T.J. Hawkinson breaks that tackle, it's a first down. But you can't rely on a player to break a tackle every time because the defensive players get paid too.
Yeah.
Well, especially when the defensive player knows that if he tackles TJ, the game is over. So he's going to do whatever he can to tackle him too.
And also, here's another thing too. If they were doubling JJ, then somebody has single coverage. It was either Thielen or Osborne. Somebody had single coverage.
So I don't think they probably would have trusted KJ because the play before it, he dropped the pass for the first down.
Yeah, he dropped 3 passes in that game.
Yeah, he didn't look good. I do remember that.
Thielen, he was kind of covered one-on-one, but Thielen can make contested catches.
But let's also look now, though. If the Vikings had Addison instead of Thielen, who's obviously slowed down, and KJ Osborne, does that play even happen? Because does Addison get open?
Addison gets open. Powell probably gets open.
But
I think
but
our receiving core, the receiving core for the Vikings is one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
not according to everybody else.
Who's everybody else?
The
ESPN?
media, the Bears have the best receiving core.
The who?
The
The Bears.
Bears.
The Bears.
Bullshit.
No, that's what they were saying because they got
Keenan
got-
Allen.
Who's
Yeah,
already
he-
missed 2 games?
Keenan Allen and they have DJ Moore, and then people were Rumu Duze makes it. You know,
Well, Duze just got in last week for the first
that's
time.
what I was saying. But that's why Sarah and I we're saying that before the season started, and we got eviscerated. People are like, "Oh, you're just haters." But that was my biggest thing. It was every time someone would bring up Rumu Duze, I would go, "Yeah, what has that motherfucker done in the NFL?"
Hell, how long Cole Kmet been in the league? What has he done?
I got killed for saying that Keenan Allen's always hurt. Well, guess what? Keenan Allen's fucking hurt again.
That's
So
true.
what? I mean,
So I know I was saying during the draft, I didn't like them drafting a receiver for Caleb Williams because that offensive line wasn't good last year. Why would you get
yeah?
him when you need better blocking? It's just gonna be the
Bill Belichick eviscerated them for that.
Well, they're building a team for fantasy football, not real football.
Yeah, Bill Belichick was like, other teams focus. If you look at the teams that are doing good, they focus on the trenches. And the Bears, I don't know what the Bears were doing. They focused on
They focused on specialty positions.
Yeah, they
They was-
focused on those luxury positions that they didn't address the O-line at all. I'm like, yep.
Well, and now who pays the price for that? Caleb Williams.
I'm
They
like,
was-
they better have that punter and Odunze blocking.
they was hoping Caleb could avoid pressure. So
No,
he don't have
man. He looks
They
scared.
think that college speed is the same as pro speed. That Caleb is going to be able to do all the heroic shit that he was able to get away with in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
No, and that ain't happening. You got 330-pound defensive linemen that are faster than half them kids in college. Come on now. That ain't gonna happen.
That get paid millions to come across the line and kill you.
Yeah, the defensive ends are faster than a lot of running backs.
Yeah, you got defensive ends running 4.3, 4.4s.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way. They are not very good against the run, which I'm surprised more teams don't run on them, but they can get to the quarterback.
Did you guys see that play yesterday? Vita Vea, Bijan Robinson was supposed to block Vita Vea, and Vita Vea came up, and Bijan's like, hell no, I don't want to die.
I did. You know what? I did see that. That was kind of a wimp out. He just kind of like, I'm like, that's kind of embarrassing. That's embarrassing on Bijan's part. Yeah,
I mean, what would you think to
That
do?
was a business decision.
it's a business decision, but here's the thing though. When they call a running play up the middle, guess who you running on? And guess who's still gonna hit you? Especially when your center can't block them.
That is very true.
You know? So like take your licks now and be done with it. Shit.
That's why I
Look.
like Aaron Jones. He should get an extension.
How much is Aaron getting this year? It's not a lot.
No, it's not.
7.
Like 7 million.
I think it's
Yeah,
8.
because they don't pay running backs anymore in the league.
If anybody's getting an extension, it should be him. Because he has changed his offense so much. He's opened up this offense to be able to do so much.
One of Aaron's biggest problems is staying healthy. So
Mhm.
I gotta see him stay healthy.
Mhm.
I think they're using him right now. They're getting him, then they relieve him with like he'll do a couple series and then Ty Chandler will come in for a series.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Then they'll put him back out there, then Ty Chandler. I like the
He's-
Vikings running back. Ty Chandler is who he is, and the Vikings use him the right way. They use him for outside runs.
Yeah.
You know, which is what he should be using for.
Aaron's taken some shots the last 2 weeks, though, especially against the Packers.
Yeah,
Him and Josh Allen. I'm worried because we use Josh Allen like he's AP, and that's my problem when we had Dalvin Cook.
You know,
Why up the middle?
yeah, and we can't exactly block up the middle anyway. So I think a lot of the times the plays start up the middle and they do the cutback, but you know.
But what is it other than Sam Darnold? I can understand like the media and all that having their questions about Sam Darnold, but what about the rest of this team would line you up to think that they would have an issue? Because like I said, they won 7 games last year with fucking Dobbs.
Well, and their other issue was that we lost Daniil, our best pass rusher.
Yeah, but Grenard had just as many sacks as Daniil. And then they got Van Ginkel on top of that, you know?
Only thing Hunter did of note that game was put fucking Sam Darnold on the injury list. That's about it.
Right, because I mean the secondary is now granted the secondary is better than it was last year. You know, this is back when they were doing their position, picking the predictions. The secondary was better. The defense was going to be better because of the people that they signed. You know, I just don't understand why. Because the Bears and the Vikings finished with the same record, correct?
But
Last year?
the Vikings don't have big names
Yeah.
on defense.
So why would people say that the Bears are going to improve, but not the Vikings?
Because they got names on their defense, and we don't.
Who do the Bears have besides Montez Sweat?
Jalen Johnson?
Yeah, and
I'm just saying.
They got
Yeah.
Kyle Gordon. They got Kyle Gordon. He's up and coming safety. He's kind of used like how we use Josh Metellus.
There ain't no other Josh Metellus.
yeah, there is no Josh Metellus.
He may be like him, but he's not exactly.
Nope.
him.
He can't play 8 positions.
Go look
But
at
I just
Kyle
thought it was funny that for some reason you only lose 2 players, but you're going to be like 5 games worse than the year before, even though you signed free agent players. It just
They said that because of Kirk.
but we couldn't win with Kirk was here.
That's what I've been trying to. You haven't been listening to me, have you?
No, but I'm saying I'm just bringing it up. I mean, I said I said the same
It's the
thing.
media. They talk out of both sides of their mouths, especially ESPN. That's why I don't watch them. That's why I don't watch
think it's
ESPN.
about Kirk. It's about Minnesota. They hate Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's always been flyover country,
Mhm.
and we
Because
got
they're
more
always
people.
trying to trade-
We got more
they're always
people
trying-
in. We got more people in the Twin Cities than the whole damn town of Green Bay.
They're always trying to stir shit to get JJ and Anthony Edwards out of here.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Well,
want
they-
them in a bigger market.
Well, they were able to get Cat out.
Cat's washed.
He was able to go to.
He's going to the Knicks.
He's from New Jersey,
Yeah, and Tibbs is his coach.
so maybe he wanted to go back. You know.
No, I don't think he knew he was getting traded.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but I'm sure he wasn't too upset when they said it was New York, though, seeing how he's from New Jersey.
Oh yeah, no, but
No.
You know.
yeah,
Jersey.
I think he's still going to come to the Twin Cities because he still does things here.
Yeah. Well, Randy Moss still comes here. He's still got a charity and all that.
Yeah. What's his name? Finally sold his house here.
Oh, by the way,
EP.
There is a podcast with B Rob and Lynch, Marshawn Lynch. They had John Randall on there.
oh yeah, it was funny as hell.
John Randall says, I was nasty as a player. I was dirty. He's like, I wouldn't take a shower for 3 or 4 days, and then I would rub my nuts and take my hand and put it in the face of the guy I was going against. And then he's like, did you ever, they have a section called Get Got? He's like, did you ever get got? He's like, yeah. Larry Centers got me. He's
Oh,
like,
Centers got him,
he's
huh?
like, every time I see Larry Centers like, yeah. Because he's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, we were playing Arizona. They had a weak ass right tackle, so they put me on the outside. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get me a sack, right? So as he's doing like his spin move, he's not even paying attention to the tackle because he knows he has a beat. He's like, oh, look at that bird, right? He's looking at, about, like, I guess he was saying that not to pay attention. And he's all of a sudden, he's like, my ass is on the ground. And I look up and it's Larry. That was awesome. It was, oh God, some of the stories that he oh my gosh. It was awesome.
So bad enough he had that going on, but then he's sitting up there telling everything about your story because he read your bio.
Right. Exactly. and that's what Marshawn Lynch was mad at him, because Marshawn Lynch was like, you're the one. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're the one to where we would get, before the game, we'd get info on a player. We would have to study it. He's like, so you're the one that started all that. He's like, yeah, man, I was a 240-pound defensive tackle. Of course I had to learn everything.
Yeah.
He was telling a story about Steve Winzinski. He's like, man, Steve Winzinski was a nasty player. He kept stepping on my feet on purpose, right? Before the play, after the play, he would step on my feet. So finally, John Reynolds, he's like, man, I had enough. I told him, I said, you know what? You step on my foot one more time, I know where you live. I'm going to come get your wife. I'm going to come get your kids. And Steve's like, turning around, I was like, hey, well, why you got to bring my family into this? It is awesome. So if you guys get a chance to watch it, you'll just laugh your ass off the whole time. It's he's like, I watch other players. He's like, I watched Reggie White. I watched him do his club. He's like, I'm so small. It's more of a midget club.
I'm so shocked that Stephen A. Smith this whole week has he's actually been defending the Vikings. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Well,
Well, you know why? Chris Carter got in his ass.
Yeah, I think it's the Stephen A. From I know people don't like him because he's bombastic, he's loud, but he does say when he's wrong, he will say I was wrong on that, and he will change it. So Chris Carter kind of like Tony said, Chris Carter kind of got onto him about it, saying how this isn't the typical Vikings team. But I think it's more, Chris, there's a lot of Jets fans that work at ESPN. So I don't know if he's doing it to be contrarian or if he really believes what he's saying. That's what's the thing about Stephen A. Smith that you don't know.
No, he's even got us in the power rankings at 1. Like, what?
Well, that's because that may be another thing to where he's putting us at 1 just to put us at 1 to be contrarian,
Yeah, I'm starting to think a lot of these media personalities, they don't believe half the shit they say. They just do it for clicks and views.
Yeah, clicks and views.
Not Nick. Nick believes what he says.
I got to use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Nick is another reason I don't watch Fox.
I can't stand him. He is so smug.
Oh, I don't like him either. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, there was maybe 2 that I hated. I hated Jim Rome. I could not stand him. But nowadays, it's like all of them I hate. I don't like Stephen A. I don't like
that
Nick.
Le Batard dude either.
Who?
Dan Le Batard.
Oh, Le Batard? I don't like him. I don't care for McAfee.
He's just about energy, though. McAfee just brings the energy.
Yeah. He was a punter. Yeah. Le Batard, you know what? I don't really have a problem with Le Batard. Colin Cowherd, I don't really care for him.
What about what's that guy's name?
I used to like Shannon Sharp. I'm sick of Shay Shay.
Me too. He's riding LeBron's dick like there's no tomorrow, man.
Yeah. Although Kevin Durant did say the best team in the NFL right now is the Vikings.
Pay that man.
He did say the Vikings.
He
Kay Adams
tried to
said
get to the Timberwolves.
Kay Adams said she went with Baltimore. He went with the Vikings.
What about Booger McFarland?
You know what? He's not too bad. Damian Woody's not too bad. What's his name? Swagoo is not Swagoo. I do like him.
You know who
I just
Acho.
I just like when it's Monday after Cowboys lose and Stephen A goes on there and rips on them. And he rips on them in
playoffs.
Yeah. And Stephen A is he's like a kid at Christmas when the Cowboys lose.
And he's
Right,
he's
Stephen
like,
A.
I told you. What did I tell you?
It's just like, dude, you're a New York fan. You ain't got a whole hell of a lot to be talking about, but go ahead, enjoy yourself. But yeah, that's the only time. Oh, hey Trisha. Hey baby. No, there was one I hated. He used to be with Coward, but he was just so opinionated and he was a jerk. It was what was his name? Whitlock? Jason Whitlock, that's his name.
Oh, Whitlock?
Yeah. I do not like that brother at all.
Yeah, my dad hates him too.
Yeah.
I don't like Acho, and I don't like Shady McCoy. Oh, can't stand Shady McCoy.
Who is a woman that's so confrontational on ESPN?
Joy?
Is it her?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it is
Joy. There's Kim.
I think Joy is the one that's real
Monica?
confrontational.
Monica?
Well, one of them's always talking over
Stephen A.
Is that Joy?
Who's the one that be arguing with Stephen
What'd you say, Shaq?
I said, who's the one that be arguing over Stephen A?
I think is that Monica or is that Joy?
Monica, because she's on with Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp.
Joy works for Fox.
Oh, then it's Monica. She's the one that's annoying.
Joy's the one that had the brother.
She talks over everybody. She is annoying.
Joy's the one that had the brother to play in the NFL.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, that's why when it comes to ESPN, I don't even listen to them because
Molly, that's her name.
Oh yeah, Molly, not Monica, Molly.
Molly.
Oh yeah, I was wondering when you guys were talking about Monica. I'm like, who the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Molly.
Molly
I
Curran.
Started with an M.
Yeah, Molly Curran.
She's the one that just overtalks everybody.
And she don't be bringing nothing to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what she does on the show. Like, I thought she's supposed to be just a mediator or something.
Sometimes she's an instigator.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the host, but she's definitely instigates some situations. Yes.
And then
who won that Syracuse UNLV game, guys? Who won, Trisha?
How am I not subscribed?
Trisha, you like that?
Oh Jesus! Don't get her started, Sarah.
I bet you like that touchdown throw yesterday.
You didn't crack your voice. You got to crack your voice, Sarah.
You
like that?
I'm an adult.
You know what's crazy? My homeboy, he's a Chiefs fan. And when we signed Kirk Cousins, I said, the only way I'm saying that is if Kirk wins us a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if Sam Darnold gets a statue here?
Oh, God.
A statue.
Gets a statue. There are no...
Cousins blew the Gallahorn. Come on.
But Grant has a statue.
The Twins have player statues outside their stadium.
Let's not talk about the Twins.
And the Vikings don't have any statues. They just have that thing that looks supposed to be the Gallahorn.
I thought Levine left.
Yeah, Levine is gone.
That should have statues are the Lynx and the Twins.
What's his name's got a statue? George Mikan, the old Laker. He's got a statue.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're gonna, I think out at the Viking Museum, they've got kind of like a statue of the Purple People Eaters, I think. Oh, Syracuse won in overtime. Okay.
I can handle with them getting a statue.
Who?
The Purple People Eaters.
Well, if anybody should have a statue, it should be Bud Grant.
Bud Grant.
Yeah. Well, put it Bud Grant did get a statue in Winnipeg.
Or
The
Moss.
Blue Bombers put a statue of him up.
They probably don't want to build one until we win the Super Bowl. Then they can build it.
The man is dead. What are you waiting for? He's dead. You named a street after him, and it's basically it's the street runs one block, by the way. But I mean, the man's dead. Just put he's, if you're gonna honor him, put the statue up of him now. Yeah, she did watch the game on replay. He did, and here's the weird thing: he did that on the night that Matt Ryan was there. He broke the team passing record.
That is impressive, though. 509 yards. Holy shit!
It also means Tampa Bay doesn't have a defense.
No,
had defense.
So the thing is, the Buccaneers would have won because Kirk, before that drive, he threw an interception.
Yeah.
And then the Buccaneers couldn't get a first down, and they gave the ball back to Kirk. That game should have been over.
You're muted, Curtis.
The referees missed a huge call. That should have been a face mask
On which
they would have been over, huh?
on the running back on.
They did miss that, didn't they?
A
Yeah.
huge face mask. That game should have been over.
Yeah, they did miss that.
So, I mean, but I guess it would have been offsetting because I guess there was a holding call as well. But at least it would have been offsetting. I can understand. You can miss calls as holding call. Yeah, do they call holding? Do they not call holding? Pass interference. You have to call the face mask. You just have to.
Well, you know what though? They would
against that game against the Giants and Cowboys where the Giants got a face mask penalty. No, the Cowboys got a face mask penalty. On the Giants got the penalty for face masking the Cowboy, which made no sense because the receiver was the one who got face masked by the Cowboys, and he gets called for the face mask. All this officiating is just horrible.
It's been horrible.
It's been that way. It's been horrible, and you know what? It's always slanted towards the offense. So when something happens on the offense, they're reluctant to call it. There were a ton of false starts last night too that were never called on both sides of the ball. Yeah, and we know that feeling, Trisha, because we got that last year against the Chiefs.
That whole play was bad.
Yeah.
It was just
that's why when the Chiefs played the Packers and they didn't get that PI call, I was just like,
if you go back to that, Kirk, they smacked Kirk up top. That should have been roughing the passer. Forget the non-call for the pass interference. It was roughing the passer. Face mask.
Calling it. The only person you're on mute again. Curtis, you're on mute.
Curtis, you're on mute.
I got to bring my mic down. Sorry. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm not saying that they didn't miss other calls. I am not saying that. I am saying that face mask was so obvious that you have to call that. You said Kirk hit in the helmet. Cousins never gets that call.
He never.
He never gets that call.
I be joking with my brother about that. I was like, certain quarterbacks, you gotta be a certain level to get certain calls.
As a defensive tackle, I could walk up to Kirk Cousins, punch him in the face, and they won't call it.
Even Burr.
I walk up to Patrick Mahomes and go, "Oops." That's a personal foul.
I just give Patrick Mahomes a dirty look. I'm getting 15 yards.
Yeah.
And don't call him.
I call him Kermit the Frog because of his voice. I get a 15-yard penalty.
And don't call him motherfucker. That'll get you thrown out of the game.
Yeah.
So I think Chris Collinsworth said it. Joe Burrow rookie year, he said this year he's not going to get those calls, but next year he's going to get those calls.
He still don't get them.
He still ain't getting those calls.
Yeah.
He got him 1 year, and he's not getting those calls now. Now, and Cincinnati's falling off big time too.
Are you done?
They
Barkley?
might be in the market for a new head coach.
Yeah, Zach Taylor might get the axe.
Well, Trisha, it's because he plays for the Falcons.
Ryan didn't get a lot of calls either.
Yeah. It's because he plays
The
for
only-
the Falcons.
The
The Falcons and the
only,
Vikings are
team
kind of the
that
same.
you are going to be able to get away with, calls or no calls, is the Chiefs. Why do you think they're going to get a repeat?
That's where the money is. That's where the money is. Yeah.
Now, I have to say the Chiefs don't look that good because you think they didn't have receivers before. They damn sure don't got no receivers now.
They
All
don't.
we-
You know what? The
Mahomes
Chiefs just
do is
don't.
Mahomes just needs to keep taking out his receivers, and we're good.
I'm to the point that the Chiefs are starting to look. They just.
Their defense is why they're winning games.
Yeah, it's offensively. They're not doing nothing that I'm scared
Even
of.
Mahomes looks like shit.
Mahomes is looking He's looking like a regular person.
They keep winning, though.
Travis Kelce was
Mahomes is starting to look like a check down Charlie.
Yeah.
They keep winning, though. That's all that matters.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of course they're going to keep winning.
All right. Good night, Mama.
Good day,
They got
Mom.
the rest.
well. Now he don't got Rasheed Rice. He had him at least in the Chargers game, and that was a close game.
Well, he shouldn't have took him out. He took out his own player when he tried to make that damn tackle or whatever the hell it was.
I don't know. They're talking about Hill going back to the Chiefs. It's not like Hill left that Chiefs organization like in a good
They weren't
way.
going to pay him.
Yeah,
So-
he wanted to get paid, and they was
Yeah,
like,
he
Right.
wanted to get
But then,
paid.
so what makes you think they're going to pay him now?
Okay, so here's a question: where'd Devontae Adams go?
Oh, did you guys hear
Yeah.
that interview the other day though? With Shannon Sharp, Ocho, and Dion. Because
I can't watch that
Dion-
show because of Chad Johnson. I can't
Dion
stand
was
that dude.
saying that because Shannon Sharp and Ocho were talking about trading Hill, and Dion's like no, and so he was insinuating and hinting that that's where he's going to force Shador to go into.
That's all well and
Get
good, but
drafted.
Deion Sanders doesn't have that type of power.
Yes, he
Shador-
does.
You know what though?
Shador is not good enough.
You know what though? Stephen Ross knows nothing about football, so he could Dion could probably manipulate that man into drafting
Well, he
Shador.
can try to manipulate him all he wants, but that doesn't mean that Shador Sanders is going to be there when the Dolphins pick.
The
No,
rate the
because
Dolphins
Dion
are
already
going.
said that. Dion already said that he's going to tell teams that he doesn't want his son to go to.
He
Don't
can tell
draft him.
teams all. He can tell teams that all he wants. His son is not good enough.
No, you can't tell him that.
His son's not good enough. His son's not even the best quarterback coming out of college.
No, I'm
Well,
just saying,
depending on
like
where
if a team that's drafting before Miami wants to draft Shador, he's going to tell them that don't draft Shador because Shador's not going to be playing for you.
So, who do you think, as Dolphins?
Go listen to that interview.
As the Dolphins. Okay,
Mhm.
who do you think will put more butts in the seats as the Dolphins quarterback next year? Shador Sanders or Cam Ward?
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward because he's a Florida kid.
Because I will tell you, people in Miami may not like the Dolphins that much. They fucking love the Hurricanes. I will tell you that right now. The Hurricanes are probably it's just like Los Angeles. The Hurricanes, when they're good, are the number one team in Miami.
yeah, they're going to take Cam.
So
I don't know
if
because
Stephen
the way,
Ross really cares about putting butts in the seats, Cam Ward will be the pick for the Dolphins.
because
You know what-
Here's
in
the
that interview, he was hinting that Shador's going to go. Miami needs to draft Shador.
He can do all that all he wants.
Here's the thing: Dion running his mouth the way he is probably going to cost Shador a draft place and millions.
Okay. You know who Deion Sanders sounds like right now? The ball father.
LeVar.
He sounds like a ball. Yeah.
His kids. A lot of people don't like his kids because of how he acted.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't blame the kids for that. They have no. But a lot of people don't like the Ball brothers because of their dad.
He already said he's gonna pull a Manning if a team.
He's not a Manning, though.
He's not a Manning.
I know. I'm just saying
that Eli wasn't good in college. There's no way Eli should have been a no one pick.
Who else was in that draft?
He said he was going to pull a Manning.
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, yeah.
Draft Shador. Shador's not going to go there. Like, say for example, if say the Panthers wanted Shador, he's not going to let the Panthers draft Shador. So he's going to basically tell them, don't waste your time drafting him because he ain't playing for you.
Well,
I don't think the Sanders have as much power as they think they do.
I think they'll probably go Carson Beck. Or
okay, let's say if the Cardinals do take Shador Sanders and Deion's like, my son's not playing for you. All right, fine. We'll just find him every day.
No, they'll trade him and get something back for it.
You know, if he doesn't show up, we'll just find him.
I don't think anybody will be there. I think it's to the point now he doesn't want to be there. Fine, we'll trade him and we'll get more draft choices for him.
Yeah,
that's why I would not want to. If I was the team, I ain't drafting him and the headache that comes with it.
I'm staying away from him.
But didn't Deion act like this when he played? So
yes, yes, he did.
Deion already said that there's only specific teams that he will allow Shador to go to.
Yeah, Shador going to be out of the league. Shador going to be playing in Canada if he ain't careful.
Well, I can tell you right now, if Deion wants to play that game, when he gets to pick 13, 14, and Shador's not picked, he probably ain't going in the first round.
And here's the thing, too. He also fucks it up for all the other Colorado players.
Oh, Travis Hunter's going to get picked no matter what.
So he plays wide receiver and corner, right?
Yes, he starts both ways.
See, that's the one I'd rather draft.
Yeah.
Travis will probably go before Shador does.
Right. Yeah.
And
Travis will definitely go before Shador does.
And I would let Travis play both positions.
It all depends on who gets the first pick, whether they have a quarterback already or not. If the team that's picking first has a quarterback, then Travis Hunter is probably the first pick.
So the first team picking will be Carolina.
So
it might be Carolina or Giants or Titans.
Or Jaguars, who's actually
or
so if the Jaguars pick first, they'll take Hunter first.
Yes.
They better go
a quarterback.
They need to go line.
Because they have a quarterback.
Well, how much money are the Jags going to have in the offseason?
They should have a lot.
They could always get a good lineman in free agency.
The only really expensive player is the quarterback.
But you know what? Jacksonville's going to
Josh Allen, remember?
Jacksonville's going to have a new head coach.
What's Josh? You talk about the defensive end, Josh Allen, right?
Yeah, defensive end.
They just re-signed him.
Yeah, but okay, so you have two high-paid players. They can, but like Carolina, are they going to go back to Bryce Young? Because St. Dalton didn't look good last week.
Carolina has $100 million O-line. I thought
they do, but who wants to go to Carolina with Tepper?
Yeah,
who wants to play for Carolina? Players that are there don't want to be there.
Yeah, any player that was able to get out there, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's we still got a lot of football left to play, but hell, the Bears may be looking for a new head coach.
I don't know why they thought that they would be successful with they have no O-line and no running game for their rookie quarterback. And somehow they thought they were going to go to the playoffs.
Wishful thinking.
I mean, if you can't run the ball against the worst running team, running defense, how the hell are you supposed to run the ball? They were at 4th and goal, and they couldn't even get in against the Colts.
Yeah, I know. That's what sucks.
Now we're up to 5. Jeez.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna get ready to log off here.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll be doing the live stream Sunday morning for the Vikings game, like I always do.
I hope I wake up and we win.
So Sarah, you want me to send you the link just in case you do wake up?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll send you the link just in case. I don't know who else is going to join me, but I'll be definitely doing it. I did.
Well, I gotta call Trisha. I'm gonna watch the game with her on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
What time
So,
is the game at?
8:30.
8:30.
Central
Not a-
time. Right?
8:30 Sunday morning. Yeah, our
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Sarah's probably like, I'm probably not going to make it.
Shaq, where are you at, Shaq?
I'm in Baltimore.
Okay, so it's 9:30 your time.
Yeah, so I get kind of a little grace period.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
Yeah.
going to a couple plays.
I may or may not go to bed before that.
I'll go to bed. I can always take a nap afterwards.
So, yeah, exactly.
You know.
So, and then of course we had the Vikings vintage bye week. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
You know what? Let's talk about the 75 season.
I know, but
Let's
it's been
talk
such a
about-
good. It's been such a good season. Do we really want to ruin it by talking about the 75 season?
Yeah, don't
If we
jinx
talk about any Viking season, that's going to ruin the vibe. I mean, that's just Vikings. It's history. It's
Did we
us.
talk about the best free agent class ever?
Talk
That's
about
this year's.
talk about the 2018 Vikings.
Next.
Well, the only team really is the 69, the Vikings. They're the ones that actually won it.
They lost.
Yeah,
the Super Bowl,
I'm
Ted.
really sure you want to hear about the 98 season.
Please,
Don't even
God,
start with
no.
The
Trish.
Super Bowl proved it. The Super Bowl game proved you guys didn't deserve to be there. What was it, 31-19 again? Was that the final
For what, hers?
for the Super Bowl?
Okay, you know what, Catch? Don't get her riled up,
She
okay?
started it. She started it. 28-3, both the 28-3 lead.
I mean, and guess who's going to have to hear that? Me.
Don't talk shit because the Falcons' history is not is.
It's just
not
like ours.
It's not like it's any better than the Vikings' history.
No, because at least
In fact, it's worse.
3 choke job.
In fact, it's worse. I love you, Trish. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, yeah, she is right, Catch. How many players did they take out in that 98 championship game? They took out like 9 players.
Yeah.
They
Just
took
like
out
the Saints
9.
Just like the Saints did in 09.
My God. Just think, if he had went to that Super Bowl, we'd have been the walking wounded.
Yeah, but we still had Moss. We still had Cunningham, so we had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Go out.
I think Elway was hurt too. So
Yeah, but Elway got the win. He threw an 80-yarder on him.
yeah. Well, they had Shannon Sharp. I don't know. Even we would have had trouble with Shannon Sharp.
Our defense wasn't that good that year. And
Yeah.
John Randall was hurt. Our best pass rusher was hurt. So,
Yeah.
our
own guy.
Derek Alexander, that idiot.
So got the Vikings finish. We'll figure out whether it's 75 season or best free agent signing.
Can we
Sarah
do?
talked about.
How about the
We'll
best bye week ever?
Just
kidding.
And then, of course, we also have Friday free for all. It'll be a bye week, so I don't know if we want to take a week off. I don't know. We'll decide on that.
The rest of the division is playing.
Yeah, the rest of the division is playing, so we can talk about that. And then just do it all over again. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Can't tell you how much we appreciate
Wait.
you
Can
guys.
we do one more? So who's winning this weekend in our division?
USC.
Well, they play Minnesota. They're 11.
They play
points
Minnesota, so yeah, they'll win.
No, I'm talking about the Bears and the
Well,
Packers.
USC will win. They'll beat Ole Miss.
So who are the Bears playing?
Bears are
Bears
playing
the
Carolina.
Panthers.
Bears and the
The Packers
Green
are
Bay
playing-
is
Packers are
playing
playing
the
the
Rams.
They're playing the Rams. Yes. The
That's
Rams,
tough.
you don't know what Ram team's going to show up. The Ram team that beat the 49ers? Or
I'm
the
gonna
one that
lean.
lost?
I'm gonna lean towards the Rams because they're playing in LA.
So,
But the Reds also beat up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're playing in LA. So
They said that
Okay,
too when
so
they played San Fran and they beat San Fran.
who does Detroit have?
They're
Yeah,
on bye.
bye.
Detroit's on bye.
then they play Dallas next week.
So I think only the Bears probably win.
Hey, but what Andy Dalton shows up?
Shit.
That's why my money is on the Panthers.
Can we really trust the Bears to win a game?
No, I don't
Where
trust
they-
Bears offense.
Are they
I trust-
playing in Chicago? Are they playing in Chicago or Carolina?
Chicago, I think.
I think Chicago.
Then I'm gonna go Bears.
But I
They're
don't
deep.
trust their offense.
Yeah. So, but I think the Vikings are 5-0.
I think
I got the Vikings
5-0.
29-14.
I have us going 37-3.
Damn.
I don't know.
Sounds good.
Jet- I don't know if it's gonna be that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 24-10, something like that.
Those two nice.
Something tells me though, Sarah's score could be pretty accurate because I think what's his name, Brian Flores, is going to unleash that defense. He's got something to prove that they weren't as bad as that last quarter.
Well, what's the injury situation?
Everybody healthy.
Everybody's healthy.
Well, no, Hawkinson's not playing.
Well,
Yeah, that's the only one. Only
No.
other one I think Pace is going to play.
I think they said somebody else was hurt too.
Oh yeah, our
Somebody
tight end Oliver's not playing.
somebody is out.
Oliver most likely.
I was just thinking of defense. Everybody on defense is relatively healthy.
Yeah,
Is Pace back?
Yep.
yeah, Pace is back.
So, well, Oliver's a running game may suffer. Because
We
of
got
Oliver.
Johnny Munt.
I mean, I know he's the best.
We
I
got
know he's the best third
string.
down tight end. You know,
It'll be Mund and Tanyan.
And CJ Ham.
well, Tunyon will be the receiving one because Munt's hurt. I mean, Muse is hurt too.
And then who's out for the Jets? Their right guard or right tackle or left tackle?
Yeah, but he sucks anyway.
The right tackle's out, and the guy that's his backup is even worse.
Morgan Moses.
Yeah.
No, and then they have their rookie playing, Fashanu or Fashan or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
Uh,
he's playing.
So Hawkinson, actually, Oliver was full participant in practice
Oh,
today.
I bet he wears a cast on his hand. man.
Caleb Evans was full. So the only person listed out for the Vikings as of right now is Hawkinson.
damn! I thought he was gonna play.
Sam Darnold was full participant. Brandon Powell, Ivan Pace, Josh Oliver, Caleb Evans, all four were full participants. Morgan Moses is out. CJ Mosley is doubtful. And Leaky Fotu, their defensive tackle, is also doubtful.
Fotu's a back. Fotu's a backup.
Tyron Smith. They have his injury listed as old.
Yeah, I mean,
But he's a full participant, so he'll play.
and plus when he was with Dallas, he
Well,
was
Aaron
old.
Rodgers is full participant, so he looks like he's going to play.
Well, they got Aaron's injury listed as Moody,
Knee. Yeah.
temperamental.
we need to take his will away.
Well, if
That's
the Jets lose this game, if they get thoroughly beat, they're probably going to implode on the sideline.
What's their record? 2-2.
Yeah.
They're 2-2.
Uh,
Well, they beat a very bad Patriots team.
Got destroyed by the Packers.
Yeah.
got destroyed by the 49ers.
Yeah, sorry, got destroyed by the 49ers. Sorry.
They barely beat a.
They barely beat. Did they play Chicago?
No,
They
they
lost
played
to
the Titans.
They barely beat the Titans.
Yeah, they barely beat the Titans. Yeah.
And then they lost to
And they
Denver.
lost to the
And they
Broncos.
lost to Denver, which defense is not as good as ours. Well, I know you need to go out. I know. So,
All right,
all right,
good night,
guys.
everybody.
We appreciate everybody for
Thanks for coming
watching.
on.
I'll see you
everyone.
guys Sunday for those who join me. If not, then we'll see you guys.
I just hope
next
I wake
Wednesday.
up and we win.
Well, we'll find out. Thanks for
find
joining.
out.
Thanks for joining, Jack.
Like,
Peace
like-
out. Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning all. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe